then. So you.
Yeah, I'm going out there. Yeah. What can I do, Ali? Yeah. There's no need to panic.
You're just going to prove that you actually don't need them at all. Gomez heads the ball away, and it's a very warm welcome as well to our listeners worldwide on the BBC World Service. Liverpool trying to clear their lines early in this game. Ball might break on the edge of the area for Justin Kluivert. Alexis McAllister holds him off. Kluivert gets it back for Bournemouth. They're playing from left to right in the first half in the black and red stripes, and they've won a corner in the first minute of the game. Kluivert was wriggling his way through, and Joe Gomez sticks a foot in and concedes the corner.
Yeah, good start from Bournemouth. I expected them to start fast. Expected both teams to start fast, in all honesty. McAllister had the chance to get rid of the ball. He tried to play out of pressure, and Kluivert latched onto it and managed to win himself a corner.
Bournemouth corner then. Marcus Tavernier takes one deep breath, jogs on the spot, then plays it low to the corner of the box. Lewis Cook, little pass into feet here, edge of the box. Kluivert's tackled. Tavernier again prods the ball into the Liverpool penalty area. Tavernier gets it back, crossing to the near post. Konate's there. Bournemouth win themselves a second corner.
Well, it was a set-piece routine, played it into the box, back out. It did break down. Liverpool again didn't quite clear their lines. Very scrappy, but Bournemouth on top here.
Liverpool in change strip this afternoon at the Vitality Stadium. It is the green and white quarters for them. Black shorts, white socks. Defending the goal away to our right in front of the Ted McDougall stand. Tavernier's corner into the near post, looking for a little flick on. Liverpool able to bring it away. Diogo Jota has slightly overrun that, and Bournemouth are not letting Liverpool breathe at the moment. Here's Tavernier running across the face of the Liverpool area. Little ball to his right, goes further right. Cross comes into the box. Header hits Solanke. Solanke tries to hit a shot on the turn, and Liverpool happy to clear it anywhere at the moment. Up to the halfway line it goes. Chris Mepham steps in. Aaron's under pressure on the right-hand side. Twist and a turn. He's tackled by Jones. Bournemouth win the throw. What a great start by the home team.
Yeah, massive start by Bournemouth. They've showed their intention. They're fast, they're energetic, and they believe they can win this game against Liverpool here this afternoon.
So we've got Max Aarons at right back, and James Hill, who I was talking about, first Premier League start for Bournemouth, having been on loan at Blackburn for the first half of this season. On the left-hand side, Luis Diaz on the right for Liverpool. Darwin Nunez starting left of the front three, and Diogo Jota through the middle. So quite often you'd see actually Diaz on the left, Salah on the right, and Darwin Nunez through the middle. So something a bit different from Liverpool. Solanke chests the ball down. Tavernier is quickly tackled. Connor Bradley is there, clears it with his right foot. It goes over Diaz's head. Mepham's under a little bit of pressure, deals with that well, and then just floats a left-footed ball into the Liverpool half, and Van Dijk strides towards it and is totally in control for Liverpool.
You just mentioned that Liverpool front three. It's a little bit like that iconic front three, isn't it? Jota dropping in, and I think the idea will be for Diaz and Nunez to make that inward run behind the space left by Jota.
Bournemouth's captain this afternoon is their Brazilian goalkeeper Neto. Brazilian goalkeepers at either end, with Alisson away to our right. Bournemouth trying to play out from inside their own half. James Hill comes back to his goalkeeper Neto, chased by Jota. Neto has time to clear, slices that a bit though, and just knocks it into the main stand where we're sitting. Celtic, Bucky Thistle facing each other in the Scottish Cup this afternoon. There's been another goal. Kenny Crawford.
Yeah, it's getting more comfortable for Celtic now. Celtic 2, Bucky Thistle 0, and a first ever Celtic goal for Norwegian midfielder Odin Holm. He ran towards the box, played a neat 1-2 with Matt O'Reilly and finished it in off the left hand post. Celtic 2, Bucky Thistle 0.
Sheffield United 2, West Ham 2 in our first Premier League commentary of the day on 5 Live. Ball played through the middle for Liverpool, looking for Nunez. Loose ball might be picked up by Jota. Curtis Jones is stumbling as he tries to bring it under control. The rain has now started here at Bournemouth. Ryan Christie chases a ball for them just inside the Liverpool half, and back it comes to Alisson, who's all in orange, the Liverpool goalkeeper. He's going to be closed down by Dominic Solanke. Controls it, passes it carefully to Konate. Forward to Harvey Elliott. He gets a little shove in the back to try and knock him off balance, keeps his feet, and Van Dijk at speed quickly makes his way to the halfway line in the inside left channel. Rolls a pass to his left. Diogo Jota on the move. Clever ball through to Curtis Jones. Bournemouth have some defending to do here. Little touch from Jones, trying to tee himself up for a right-footed strike. Almost fell to Jota. Ball runs out of the Bournemouth penalty area. Solanke's not going to get anywhere near that. Van Dijk steps in and takes it for Liverpool, and Gomez looks for the diagonal. It's off target, and it goes behind for the goal kick. 5 minutes played. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0. Glenn Murray without his notes, but coping brilliantly.
It's been a frantic start, hasn't it? Bournemouth started brilliant, but just in this last couple of minutes, Liverpool have shown a bit of composure, getting their foot on the ball, and that man that's giving that is McAllister, just in front of the midfield, just starting to make things tick slightly.
Leeds 2, Preston 1 in the Championship earlier on today as well. Late goal for Leeds in that one, puts them 4 points behind Southampton and Ipswich. Ipswich away to Leicester in the Championship tomorrow night. Updates on that one during the Monday Night Club. Well worked by Bournemouth. Sinistera wide on the left, looking to get a cross in. Tavernier took a tumble in the 6-yard box. Bournemouth win another corner. 3 corners won by them in the first 5 minutes of the game. Liverpool knew that they were going to be tested here this afternoon, and straight from the off they have been made well aware of the challenge that faces them against a very, very good Bournemouth team. So Tavernier takes the corners from both sides. He's slowly trudging his way to the far side of the field from us. So this is coming in from Bournemouth's left. They've got 3 runners around the penalty spot. And Dominic Solanke lurking at the far post. Tavernier goes short along the byline to Ryan Christie. Back to Tavernier, crossing to the near post, and Alisson palms it behind for another corner to Bournemouth. Yeah,
another set-piece routine from Bournemouth. Eventually fired into that near post of Alisson, just trying to sneak it. And Alisson just paws it out of play, but I think he felt as though it was already out. It clearly wasn't.
No, had to deal with it. Trying to be a bit clever and claiming it should have been a goal kick for Liverpool. But it's another corner for Bournemouth as the rain continues to fall. In it comes from that left-hand side, headed away for now by Liverpool. Laid back here to Tavernier, who stands the ball up, but he's overcooked that one. And it is straight into the arms of Alisson, who clears quickly with his right foot, and Darwin Núñez gives chase, hurtling forward to the edge of the Bournemouth box. Header back to the goalkeeper from Ryan Christie, and Neto slings it out down the left-hand side to Sinistera. Sinistera inside his own half, keeps it for Bournemouth, comes back to Neto. Harvey Elliott continues the chase. Sabani's under pressure from Núñez. Got the pass away just in time. Here's Aarons, and he's closed down quickly by Curtis Jones. The ball comes off Jones and goes out for a throw into Bournemouth. Glenn.
Well, I think both goalkeepers got the memo, didn't they? Because they've both caught it and they've launched it right up the pitch both times, just keeping that energy and that pace of the game. So far, I hope I'm not made to eat my words, but we're in for a cracker.
It looks like it, doesn't it, Glenn? So far, Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0. Hope you're enjoying it on 5 Live in the BBC World Service this afternoon. If you're on the move, we're always available. 5 Live and Sports Extra for the live commentaries on the BBC Sounds app, which is where you find all the podcasts as well, including the Football Daily. It'll be there for you first thing tomorrow morning. Solanke caught by Van Dijk, who has a chuckle. He doesn't think that should be a free kick. Tavernier thinks about going quickly. Referee Andy Madley says no, because Solanke is still down hurt. I think he just caught one on the knee, did he, from Van Dijk, who was going for the bouncing ball.
Yeah, I think the referee's got that right there. Van Dijk doesn't think so, but the Bournemouth fans will be happy to see Solanke up, because for a moment there he stayed down and it was a little bit of a worry.
Here's Christie, Scottish international, will be playing at the Euros this summer. That's what Dominic Solanke's hoping to do as well, as we were talking about before kick-off today. 8.5 minutes in, Mepham plays to the left-hand side, Sinistera's inside his own half, Liverpool players all over him, so has to funnel it back to Neto. Neto takes one touch and goes long again towards Kluivert, who jumps. McAllister just tries to shoulder Solanke off the ball, holds him off, holds Sinistera off as well, and then just releases it to Elliott. Little figure of Harvey Elliott on the right-hand side of midfield for Liverpool. Back it comes to Alisson. Alisson very casually just walks to the edge of his penalty area, chips it to the left towards us. Gomez brings it under control. Tavernier sticks a foot in, knocks it out of play, and that will be a Liverpool throw. Jurgen Klopp, familiar figure in the big black padded coat, black baseball cap on his head. Andoni Iraola, ignoring the rain, has his smart grey coat wide open. Solanke chases Van Dijk. That was an awkward one, bouncing on the edge of the box, heads it away. McAllister is knocked to the floor by Lewis Cook, and Lewis Cook is saying, come on ref, there's not too much in that. Ref was on the spot. He's given the free kick to Liverpool.
Both Ryan Christie and Lewis Cook are pressing at such a high intensity. Every time Liverpool midfielders get it, they're right on their backs that time, resulting in a free kick, but just setting the tempo for this Bournemouth group. Free kick taken by Van Dijk. McAllister inside his own half, across to Konate. Kluivert chases him.
Elliott almost caught in possession. Liverpool still have it, and McAllister changes the angle of attack, and a curling pass eventually finds its way to Darwin Núñez. Núñez with 1 goal in his last 16 appearances for Liverpool. Oh, misjudged at the back by Sinisterra. Cross comes into the Bournemouth penalty area. Mepham heads it away, so no Senesi today for Bournemouth. Chris Mepham in the heart of defence. Elliott in with a quick tackle for Liverpool. James Hill stops him in his tracks, and that's played out for a throw into Liverpool. Attacking position on the right. Luis Diaz tries to run into space. Ball goes pinging around in Bournemouth's left back position. Hill has the presence of mind to find Lewis Cook. Cook under all sorts of pressure inside his own box. Passes across his own 6-yard box, and Bournemouth have worked this away to Aarons. Aarons curling ball low to Tavernier. Run being made by Kluivert and Solanke, but the pass is wrong. It goes straight through to Allison. 10 minutes in, Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0.
Yes, Tavernier just got his head up there. He was trying to curl that ball in behind Liverpool's back four. Just gets it horribly wrong. Skews it right back to Allison.
Here is Allison, closed down by Solanke. Floated pass out to the right. Goes too far. Luis Diaz applauds the pass, but he couldn't quite keep it in with his head. So that will be a throw-in for Bournemouth, who did beat Liverpool here in the Premier League last season. If you'll remember, right at the start of the season under Scott Parker, they lost at Anfield by 9 goals to 0. That saw the end of Scott Parker's time in charge. Gary O'Neill took over, kept Bournemouth up last season, and in the process beat Liverpool by a goal to 0 here in March. Bournemouth win a free kick.
Saturday morning kick-off, wasn't it? Mo Salah missed the penalty?
Correct, that's right. Can you remember who scored the goal, though, for your bonus point? You'll do well if you get that. He's not starting in this game. Free kick for Bournemouth, but he is on the bench. That's probably giving it away, actually. Little step over on the left-hand side by Sinisterra, and the ball just gets away from him and goes behind for a goal kick. Another goal at Celtic, Kenny Crawford.
It's Celtic 3, Bucky Thistle 0, and it's Kyogo, the Japan international player, with his 11th goal this season. The ball squared across the box by Lil Abada, and there was Kyogo to tap home, and that was just after Bucky Thistle number 9 Josh Peters had gone clean through and had a shot saved by Joe Hart. Celtic 3, Bucky Thistle 0.
12 minutes in at the Vitality Stadium. I've given Glenn Murray time to ponder. I know he's got a quiz question coming my way, so I've got him first here. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0. Diagonal ball from Núñez. Luis Diaz holds it up for Liverpool on the right in an attacking position, trying to lose his man. James Hill is sticking with him every step of the way. It's played back to Konate, and he looks for a ball through the channels to Harvey Elliott. It's beyond him, and gets a big cheer from the Bournemouth fans because it goes straight out for a goal kick. So your answer is, Glenn Murray, the scorer of the winning goal for Bournemouth in the Premier League last season against Liverpool was?
Well, it's process of elimination.
Yep.
And the 3 on the bench that I think could have scored are Brooks, Moore or Billing, and I'm going to go for Kiefer Moore.
Oh, he's not got it right.
Oh.
Go again, please.
Billing?
Billing. Philip Billing with the goal. So there we go. Ball is cleared by Neto. Harvey Elliott plays it down for Connor Bradley, who wears number 84 for Liverpool, the 20-year-old Northern Irishman, making a Premier League debut for the club. Ball's headed away by the Ukrainian defender Zabarnyi, and then it's played back to Neto, but that was via a Liverpool boot, so he's able to pick the ball up, and he just rolls it out here to the Welsh international Mepham, up towards Sinisterra, laid off to Cook, back to Mepham, wide left to Hill. Hill plays a ball across his own area, just about gets away with that. All Zabarnyi can do with that is knock it out of play for a Liverpool throw. I think the young man will have had his heart in his mouth there, Glenn. Yeah,
for a second I saw him just hold a hand up in apology to Zabarnyi, because for a second there it looked like Diaz was just going to nip in. Fortunately for him, he didn't. Throw in Liverpool then, on the right, in front of that east stand here at the Vitality Stadium. I think McAllister meant to pass that and sort of miscontrolled it, and actually worked for him. Now he's been tackled. Sinisterra inside his own half. He is tackled. Could be dangerous for Bournemouth. They win it back. Ball driven away by Christie. Flicked on by Tavernier. Solanke will chase, but he's nowhere near it. Konate is there for Liverpool. Back into his own half. Turns. Sees Kluivert running towards him, so plays back to Allison. Solanke breathing down his neck. Lewis Cook intercepts the Allison clearance and then tries to shove Harvey Elliott off the ball, and Elliott just puts his body in the way. And that's right in front of the Liverpool fans, because here at Bournemouth, the away fans get one section of a stand that runs alongside the pitch, so they're kind of opposite to us. And Liverpool taking a throw just in front of them, inside their own half. Forward it goes to Jota. He chests the ball down. Hill steps in
wins it for Bournemouth, forward to Solanke, tries to lay it into the path of Kluivert. Kluivert's layoff didn't quite find Sinisterra. Liverpool have it with Jota. Jota's pass intercepted then. McAllister, first time, sees Nunez in space, fires it beautifully to him. Nunez controls up against Aarons. Support on the outside here from Jones. Offside flag stays down. Back it comes to Joe Gomez. Gomez calmly plays back to Van Dijk, and Bournemouth have managed to push Liverpool back to the halfway line. Canate, though, good pace on that pass. Wide to Elliott. Brings it infield from the right wing. Then that pass not good enough. And Bournemouth able to play out. Sinisterra with a step over, trying to shake off Bradley, knocks the ball into the shins of Elliott, but it actually comes off Sinisterra and goes out for a throw into Liverpool, and they've taken that quickly. 15 minutes in, still 0-0. Diaz plays it back towards the halfway line. Go on, Glenn.
I think McAllister's been absolutely superb so far. He's just done a couple of touches there. One was a little Cruyff around the corner. It bounced back to him and he hit a 70-yard pass right out to Darwin Núñez. Absolutely beautiful by the young Argentinian.
And here he is again, holds off another challenge. Low ball through, finds Núñez. Núñez into the Bournemouth penalty area. Quick feet from him. Mepham stabs the challenge to knock the ball away, but it only goes as far as Elliott. Elliott lays it back to the edge of the box. Joe Gomez takes a touch, curling ball to the far post, just beyond Jota, and runs out for a goal kick. I know people mention this all the time with Joe Gomez. He's never scored a goal in his senior career. Just didn't look like a man who was going to hit a shot from the edge of the box there. Did it call for one, or was the cross the right thing to do, Glenn?
I think the stand-up cross was the right thing to do. Diogo Jota was just hanging around there, and even though he's small in stature, he's got a brilliant leap. Just the ball was a bit too big for him. But one area that Liverpool are getting in at Bournemouth is the inverted run of Curtis Jones in behind the right-back Max Aarons, and Zabani doesn't really want to be dragged out there, so Curtis Jones is finding himself in quite a bit of room.
5 Live, BBC Sounds and the BBC World Service. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0. First half, ball loose inside the Bournemouth heart. Tavernier comes chasing back, turns away from Núñez, runs into Gomez. Does really well to take it off Gomez. Gomez thought he was fouled. This might work well for Bournemouth. Tavernier drives the pass across field. Kluivert left it. It does run to Sinisterra. Edge of the area, looking for Solanke. Couldn't control that first time. It runs off his boot and into the arms of Alisson.
Yeah, Sinisterra just cut in there, but he's looking for his strike partner. He's looking for Dominic Solanke.
Oh, Alisson rolls the ball out. McAllister wasn't onto that. Here's Tavernier, edge of the box, and Tavernier's tackle. Bournemouth couldn't make the most of it. Van Dijk volleys it away. Liverpool just went to sleep.
Yeah, wasteful from Bournemouth though. A couple of opportunities there they could have done better with. No pass appreciation on the first one. The second one breaks down, but just shown signs again, Bournemouth, after Liverpool have been in the ascendancy for the last 10 minutes.
Gomez playing at left back again for Liverpool. Andy Robertson is on his way back. Tsimikas out injured as well. Aarons goes sliding in with a meaty challenge on Núñez. He responds by getting up and shoving him with his shoulder. The two battling for the ball down by the corner flag. Wide on the left for Liverpool, and the throw-in goes Liverpool's way. So Gomez will take that. He strides forward, right down towards that Steve Fletcher stand, away to our left. Light rain still falling here. Gomez with the yellow match ball in his hands, his white and green shirt untucked, number 2 on his back, looking for options inside the penalty area. A bit of space to work with to give himself a little run-up. Big leap into the throw, and it comes to the penalty area. Cook volleys it away, falls to Van Dijk. Careful first-time pass to Jones, who plays back to the Liverpool captain, and he goes across to his fellow centre-back Canate. McAllister in the heart of the Bournemouth midfield. Well, he's got room to run here and tee himself up. Low skidding shot, wide of the target, and behind it goes for a goal kick. Bournemouth just let him bring that forward, and he can hit them.
Yeah, he just got it in between the lines there and just sort of drifted into an area, no one engaged, and he thought, you know what, why not? About 25 yards out and just skips wide of the post, but good intention from Alexis McAllister.
Glenn Murray with us here at the Vitality Stadium. Glenn, who had a season in the Premier League for Bournemouth. Was that the first? Was that just after they come up, Glenn? Is that right?
That was their first year in the Premier League.
Yeah. I noticed there was must have been a very satisfying winner against Chelsea. Do you remember that particular goal? Bournemouth beating Chelsea by a goal to 0.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Stamford Bridge.
Was it the Bridge?
Got the tube home after that, Ali.
Did you?
I did, yeah. Got some funny looks.
I bet you did. Yeah, got to be careful after scoring a winner at Stamford Bridge. So Glenn is with us here as Diaz plays the ball down the right. Possibly space to work with for Connor Bradley. Mepham's been dragged out there to go and make the tackle, but he's done that. And it's out for a Liverpool throw, and they've taken that quickly. And here's Elliott, very young Liverpool bench this afternoon. 2 goalkeepers on there in Adrian and Kelleher. Gakpo and Gravenberch, the only 2 first-team regulars amongst the rest of the subs, because Liverpool, like Bournemouth, missing a fair few at the moment. Alisson's ball chipped to the left. Jones kills it stone dead on the instep of his right boot, plays a 1-2 with Van Dijk inside his own half. Plenty of room for Liverpool to work with here. Konate almost runs into trouble, keeps going though, glides past one challenge, then finds Gomez 10 yards inside the Bournemouth half. Nunez on the left, brings it in field. Aaron's sticking to him like glue, trying to get physical in that battle as well, just maybe to wind Nunez up a little. Here's Elliott on the right, tries to poke a ball down the line to Bradley. That's intercepted, and it goes out for a Bournemouth throw. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0. Half-time at Celtic Park in the Scottish Cup. Kenny Crawford.
Celtic 3, Buckie Thistle 0 for 25 minutes. Buckie of the Highland League defended resolutely against the Scottish Cup holders, but since then neatly made and well taken goals by Paolo Bernardo, Odin Holm and Kyogo have given Celtic a very comfortable cushion in the wind and rain in Glasgow. Celtic 3, Buckie Thistle 0 at half-time.
Jota, thank you Kenny. Jota on the turn for Liverpool, was trying to get himself into a shooting position centrally 25 yards out, was just dragged back and prevented from doing so. So Liverpool have themselves a free kick. So Celtic 3-0 up on Buckie Thistle. Chelsea's women 3-1 winners against Manchester United in the early kickoff in the WSL today. They moved 3 points ahead of Arsenal, who won yesterday. West Ham Tottenham is on Sports Extra tonight from 6:45 in the WSL, and all the highlights from the WSL 11:15 BBC One, or 12:30 if you're watching in Scotland. That will follow Match of the Day 2 on BBC One in England at 10:30 this evening. So Liverpool free kick midway through the first half. Bit of breeze inside the ground as well, so McAllister might fancy this. Steps towards the ball but curls it in towards the far post. Konate chases, it's beyond him, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0. What have you made of the first quarter of the game then, Glenn?
I think Liverpool have grown into it. They look like the better team at the moment. They're the ones that are getting their foot on the ball and looking like they could break this deadlock. But Bournemouth, on the other hand, have always got that bounce, that ability to just break right through you. And with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, with Dominic Solanke in the form that he's in, he's always good for a goal. But it seems like it's almost Dominic Solanke up against Virgil van Dijk. It seems almost one-on-one, like we can see on the other end of the pitch now with Nunez against Max Aarons.
Here's Van Dijk for Liverpool, plays back to Alisson. Solanke the only one close by. Can see how strong that wind is getting, just the way it's tugging at Solanke's shirt. Now Konate, bit of dribbling from him inside his own half. That looks like a magnificent ball to the left as well. Bounces into the path of Nunez, chests it down, one-on-one against Aarons, tries to take him on the inside. Nunez still going. Tavernier back there to make a clean tackle for Bournemouth. Then plays it into the edge of the area. Bournemouth got to be careful here. And that is a foul on Aarons. Bournemouth get themselves a free kick. They've taken that quickly, but no, Andy Madley's not going to let them do that. Not quite sure why, taken from the wrong place, I guess. And so they'll go again. Iraola turns and shrugs and comes to have a word with Graham Scott, the fourth official, to see what was wrong with that. Sounded like, I bet we're going to hear from David Moyes, actually, Glenn, at half-time of this game. Sounds like he was absolutely fuming at the end of Sheffield United 2, West Ham 2, earlier on in the Premier League today.
Yeah, Iraola just there. He just went to the fourth officials. He was gesturing, saying, hand on and play. Why can't we play on? Little bit of frustration.
Ball is played out to Zabarnyi. Zabarnyi forward into midfield. Ryan Christie is on the turn. McAllister's won it for Liverpool. This could be trouble for Bournemouth. McAllister slides his pass forward to Darwin Nunez, hits the shot straight at the goalkeeper, and Neto makes the save falling forward. Now he bowls it out quickly to Lewis Cook. Lewis Cook picks up the pace for Bournemouth. McAllister's there to make the tackles. Done it again for Liverpool. Ball loose inside the Bournemouth half. Side-footed away by James Hill. It bounces just short of the halfway line. Christie gets a foot on it, but can only prod it forward to Van Dijk. So yes, we will be hearing from West Ham boss David Moyes at half-time. Apparently by the time he'd spoken to us, he had calmed down a little, but Sheffield United equalising with a late penalty in that game, scored by Ollie McBurney. Long ball forward from Van Dijk, looks dangerous, and Hill's in there just in time to nick it away from Luis Diaz, and behind it goes for a Liverpool corner. West Ham felt they might have had a penalty of their own. You'll see it all on Match of the Day 2, 10:30 BBC One tonight, and Chris Wilder, the Sheffield United boss, will also be on, talking about the decisions in that game at half-time in this game. And of course, 6:06 tonight follows up Aaron Paul with Chris Sutton taking the calls this evening. So all of that can be discussed with them. Corner Liverpool, 25 minutes into the first half. Harvey Elliott waits to whip it in with his left foot. Andy Madley needing eyes in the back of his head, pushing, shoving in that penalty area. Elliott's ball comes in, it's headed straight up in the air, drops down inside that Bournemouth box, headed clear, pass back to Gomez. Gomez looks to his right, sees Elliott in a bit of space, the ball runs through Elliott's legs but he keeps it. Back it comes to Bradley. Bradley's crossing, dangerous. Konate attacks it, just cleared his head. Liverpool won another corner and they get it. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0. Glenn Murray.
Good ball by Clark there, just feeling into that back post where Konate and Núñez were lurking. He just seemed to catch a little bit of air and just stay up a little bit long. Konate couldn't quite time it right, but it hits Mepham, goes out for a corner. Bournemouth are under the cosh here. Closely contested, well-fought game of Premier League football so far. 0-0. Elliott's come all the way to this side to take the corner from Liverpool's left, so this will swing away from goal. Deeper one to the far post. Van Dijk was looking to get on the end of that. It was James Hill who got up and headed the ball away. Bradley collects it for Liverpool on the right, but he's been out-muscled there. Tavernier's taken it off him. Tavernier's now got Bradley behind him, does well to squeeze the ball up the left-hand touchline to Sinisterra. Sinisterra moving at pace, dangerously across his own half. He's lost it. Darwin Núñez has it, 30 yards out. Curling lofted pass to his right. Jota gets onto it for Liverpool. Corner of the Bournemouth penalty area. Support from Bradley wide on the right. Liverpool make a mess of it. Christie drives the ball away low. Can't find Solanke. Konate intercepts. Here's Jones. Jones plays to McAllister just inside the Bournemouth half. And Konate gets involved and plays back to Curtis Jones. When Bournemouth do get the possession of the football, they just need to show a little bit more composure. They're just looking long routes right away. And Liverpool keep winning it back and the tide keeps coming. Diaz, edge of the area. Dangerous ball just over the head of Núñez. Behind it goes for a goal kick. 2 or 3 crosses from Liverpool in the first half have just been ever so slightly off the mark. Have been close to being absolutely perfect, not quite there. Yeah, they have, and Núñez has been a constant threat, whether it's on this left, whether it's through the middle. He did wonder for a second when he won the ball back. He just rolled at him a really nice pace. I wonder if he was going to whip one. He was about 30 yards out. It would have been a wonderful goal if he did get it. But he didn't. He went with the sensible option. Important header from James Hill for Bournemouth as well, to prevent Van Dijk getting a clean header from the corner. James Hill, who is son of Matt Hill, who you may well remember, played his football for the likes of Bristol City. I used to watch him playing for Bristol City plenty in the early 2000s as Liverpool come forward with Jones, cross into the penalty area, hits Mepham, falls to Elliott, run on the outside from Jones, just keeps it in, down by the byline on the right. Played back to Elliott again. Bournemouth under a little bit of pressure here. McAllister involved now. Back to Elliott. Wide on the right is Jones. He plays back to Elliott again. Elliott just prods it to Konate. Bournemouth forcing Liverpool away from their goal. 2 minutes short of half an hour played in the first half, and Konate just making a little foray forward down the inside right channel, not going anywhere. So back it comes to McAllister, the Argentine international, on the turn, finds Elliott with a lovely pass. Bradley in support on the outside. Luis Diaz makes a run, hits the shot powerfully, ball eventually hits Diaz and goes behind for a goal kick. But you can see Liverpool just poking and probing at the moment, Glenn, trying to find a way through. Yeah, Liverpool are playing really well at the moment. I think that man below us prowling the technical area, Jurgen Klopp, will be absolutely delighted with his team's reaction after being under the cosh for 5 or 6 minutes at the start of the game. A frantic start by Bournemouth. Liverpool have just found a bit of composure, getting their foot on the ball, and it's all them now. If they win the game, Liverpool, as we said at the start, they'll go 5 points ahead of Manchester City, Arsenal and Aston Villa. Next up for Liverpool, it'll be a 5 Live commentary as well on Wednesday night. Second leg of that League Cup semi-final, taking the 2-1 lead to Craven Cottage against Fulham. So we've got full commentary on Chelsea Middlesbrough Tuesday night, Fulham Liverpool on Wednesday night,
And then we're heading into the stretch of FA Cup fourth round games. Bournemouth actually host the first of those. Thursday night full commentary on Radio 5 Sports Extra. Bournemouth against Swansea. Half an hour in here, and it's still Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0. Konate searching past, looking for Diaz. Good first touch, takes him away from goal. Stands the cross up, it's behind Jota. Nunez tries to hit it on the volley. It lands again at his feet, and then the challenge on Aarons is too strong, too physical from Nunez. And so Bournemouth win a free kick.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration there from Darwin Nunez, because as that ball was lifted up by Diaz, he should have got better contact. He had a volley, goes for it, completely misses it. Aarons comes away and puts a little bit of a strong challenge on the Bournemouth right back.
So Bournemouth waiting to take the free kick. In their history as a football club, they have beaten Liverpool twice, both of those in the Premier League. One we've already talked about today, that came late last season with the Philip Billing goal. The other one I was here for, famous win. They beat Liverpool 4-3. December 2016, Jurgen Klopp's second season in charge of Liverpool. Nathan Ake with a late winner in that game, but otherwise Liverpool have very much had the better of this particular head-to-head, as you would expect as well. Here's the former Liverpool man Solanke looking to get into the game, but he's not going to take that throw. Lobs it back to Max Aarons, short, stocky right back in the red and black vertical stripes of Bournemouth. Short throw, Christie clever, let the ball run across his body, looks for an option.
Harsh description, that. Short and stocky.
Well, go on then. How are you describing?
Oh,
I mean, that's
just glass houses and all that. Ali.
You can still be an impressive athlete and be short and stocky. I'm not an impressive athlete, I'm not saying that, by the way. But I think, you know, he's you know what I'm saying, man. Come on. 14 minutes to go in the first half. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0. Against the lean, sitting next to the lean, angular frame of Glenn Murray.
I'll take that.
McAllister bumped off the ball by Solanke. Solanke thought that was a shoulder-to-shoulder fair challenge. Referee Andy Madley doesn't agree, so Liverpool get a free kick.
Well, he's normally an outlet for Bournemouth, Dominic Solanke, but he's been very, very well marshalled by Virgil van Dijk so far in this game. He's not had a sniff.
Free kick Liverpool, Alisson taking his time. Ball is just outside his penalty area, level with the penalty spot on the right. Dummies to take it short to Konate. Kluivert's looking to cut that avenue off, and eventually Alisson just waves the Liverpool defenders further up the field. Drives the ball now high into the light rain here. Headed down infield by Bradley. Christie lobs it forward for Bournemouth. Solanke, it's a tough one to control that. Elliott tries to volley it away. Slightly miscued by Bradley. Christie wins the header. High ball headed forward. Gomez clears it on the overhead. It drops down to McAllister. Side foots a little volley to Jota. Chested down by Curtis Jones. Just drags the ball under the studs of his right boot. Keeps moving to his left, and then Tavernier and Jones run into each other. Tavernier stayed down. Jones is hurt as well. Play continues. Liverpool have it on the right. Tavernier seems to be in a little bit of pain here. Jones is up more quickly for Liverpool and sees an opportunity to get into space on the left. Van Dijk can't find him. Both players now back on their feet. And Elliott plays it infield to Diaz. Diaz on the turn. Plays it to his right to young Connor Bradley. First Premier League appearance for Liverpool. Pass is half intercepted. Konate, though, is able to get there first. Plays it to Elliott. Elliott's cross comes in. Aimed at Curtis Jones. The ball bounces, nearly skids over his head. He leaps, gets a glancing header on it, keeps it in play over by the left-hand touchline. Back it comes to Gomez, and Gomez opens his body up, plays back to Van Dijk. And Van Dijk thinks the only option there is go back to Alisson, but Alisson is in the middle of his own half there, so quickly gets Liverpool on the move again. Konate to Elliott. McAllister strides into central midfield. Forward to Diaz. Diaz drives it low, skiddy one, straight at Neto, comfortable save.
Yeah, good save. I think Iraola will be quite happy forcing Liverpool into a lot of long-range shots this first half, 20 to 30 yards out. And if that's what you're doing to Liverpool, you're doing something right.
Zabarnyi initially did well for Bournemouth, then there wasn't enough on the pass. Or Luis Diaz turning and twisting and tumbling has gone down hurt for Liverpool. Play continues again. Van Dijk heads the ball away. Diaz seems to be in real pain at the moment, and Curtis Jones just goes running past his prostrate teammate beside him. Jones looking for an option, finds Jota, edge of the Bournemouth penalty area. Wide it goes to Darwin Núñez. Diaz down, holding his right leg. Liverpool still sense a chance to score here, and Van Dijk eventually, receiving the ball in the centre circle, says no, we need to check that our teammate is okay. So knocks the ball out of play, and Liverpool will get it back in a second, and we hope that Luis Diaz is okay. But we'll have a look on the monitor here to see what happened. Oh, ouch, Glenn.
Yeah, he's caught one there. It's Kluivert reaching for the ball and just completely stands on the side of Diaz's leg when it's planted. It's a very sore one, and you could tell the 7-8 rules. Is that a problem for Kluivert with the challenge? I mean, he's stretching. He's not deliberately trying to do that, but I mean, he's stamped straight down on his leg, which is planted, and Jurgen Klopp, I can see, is already having that conversation with the fourth official. I think he's asking exactly the same question to I think it's actually the linesman that he's saying the VR are going to look at that. It's very similar to Malo Gusto last weekend in the Chelsea game, very similar. For me, it's not a red card, but you never know. It's even though there is VR and you can slow it down and you can have a good look 3, 4, 5 times, it still falls into one person's decision.
Are you glad you're sitting up here answering the question rather than down there answering the question to Jurgen Klopp? Would you say I was a slightly gentler inquisitor?
Well, you're slightly shorter and stockier, yeah.
9 minutes remaining in the first half, and we're waiting to see whether Stockley Park are going to have a say on this challenge. Paul Tierney, the video assistant referee. Kluivert, I mean, he
gets the ball.
Oh, right, okay.
I think he touches the ball first before Diaz comes flying in, and Diaz then wins the ball back. So I think that is no yellow card, no red card, play on.
But you can see why it was a sore one as well, can't you, Glenn?
Oh, definitely, yeah. His foot was planted, and it was a full force of Kluivert, studs right down the side of his leg. And yes, it definitely did hurt, but listen, this is a contact sport.
OK, play back underway. 9 minutes remaining in the first half. Full commentary here on the BBC Radio 5 Live, available via the BBC Sounds app. Also listening to us on the BBC World Service this afternoon. Jota chasing the ball down the inside right channel. Turns Mepham, gets the cross in. Oh, a little back-heeled attempt at the near post from Núñez. Didn't quite come off. Liverpool still have it just outside the Bournemouth penalty area on the left. Jones looking for support here. Gomez offers it. He doesn't use him. Plays to McAllister instead. McAllister's pass out to Gomez. On the left for Liverpool, again just being forced away from goal, and Tavernier busying himself with making it awkward for Gomez. He's won it off Gomez. Christie to Cook, brilliant from Bournemouth, playing out from their own half, and Tavernier now moving at speed, trying to take it past McAllister, has the speed to beat him. McAllister just trying to stop him, hold him back, do anything he can. Tavernier eventually knocked over, the ball runs off Tavernier and goes out for a throw into Liverpool.
Just ran out of steam there, Tavernier, didn't he? He was absolutely superb at winning the ball back, then carrying it 60 yards up the field. But the hounding pack of Liverpool, McAllister and Gomez, just seeing him down.
Jurgen Klopp, I can see, is still going. Still chatting intensely with fourth official Graham Scott. Play continues. Conor Bradley, Liverpool's young right back, plays it back to Canate. 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Sheffield United 2, West Ham 2 earlier on in the Premier League today. This is Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0. Núñez for Liverpool. Low ball. Oh, well picked up by Bradley. Bradley on the move, hits the shot, and desperate block in the end, edge of the penalty area. It was a really important one from Mepham. Great turn by Christie in the centre circle. Great ball as well. Releases Tavernier on the right-hand side. Bournemouth have 3 forward in the attack. Liverpool trying to get back. Tavernier, edge of the penalty area, trying to tee himself up possibly for a left-footed effort. He looks like he's running out of gas again. The move keeps going. Cook plays to the left. Kluivert gets involved. Back it comes. Then Mepham, Christie on the turn, edge of the box, left-footed shot straight at the goalkeeper Alisson. Another easy save.
Good play by Bournemouth there. Ryan Christie with a brilliant little turn, finds some space and looks to hit with his left foot, but for me the safety catch was still on, didn't really catch hold of that shot. Needs to be something special to beat Alisson from that range.
6 minutes remaining then in this first half. Diaz tackled by James Hill. James Hill for Bournemouth appeals vehemently that should have been a Bournemouth throw, but assistant referee not interested.
By the way, because Bournemouth went on the counter-attack there, we didn't speak about Conor Bradley bursting into the 18-yard box and nearly getting a goal on his debut. I actually think the ball from Núñez wasn't meant for him. It was meant for Harvey Elliott, but he burst through, didn't he, into the 18-yard box, gets a shot. Luckily for the young man, it was blocked.
Yeah, good block. Now Jota's done well to chest that down, fires it forward, maybe just too far for Nunez. He'll chase, and Neto just on the edge of his penalty area, drew Nunez in, and then just dinks a little pass to his left to Mepham. Mepham's slide rule pass up towards Kluivert, lob back to Kluivert by Hill. McAllister catches Kluivert on the turn, wins it for Liverpool. Long diagonal from Mepham out towards Tavernier. Tavernier just nods it infield to Ryan Christie. Christie on the volley, looking for Solanke. It might run through to Kluivert. Kluivert, edge of the area, low shot. Hits Van Dijk. Christie with the drive. Van Dijk's there again, blocks it for Liverpool. And Diaz comes across to try and deal with the danger. Under pressure, 2 Bournemouth players on him. Turns into the pair of them, scoops the ball forward. Gomez is there. Cushions a pass down the left-hand touchline for Nunez. Does really well. Plays the ball across field. Can't find Harvey Elliott. And James Hill is there for Bournemouth. That was promising for the home team. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Still 0-0. Zabarnyi caught by Jota. Free kick for Bournemouth.
Couple of shots there from Bournemouth. Really good play. Tavernier is the one that is the outlet for Bournemouth, is to create everything down this right-hand side against Joe Gomez. But Virgil van Dijk, like we've come accustomed to, a roadblock in the middle of that defence.
Christie everywhere for Bournemouth at the moment, now winning a header. Tavernier battling for the ball inside the Liverpool half. Elliott under pressure, plays back to Konate, quickly turns to his goalkeeper Alisson. Alisson, ball at his feet. Bournemouth players not moving towards him. Now Solanke starts to just dart towards Liverpool's goalkeeper. Alisson plays it to his left to Van Dijk. Second half underway in the Scottish Cup. Celtic Bucky Thistle. Kenny Crawford.
51 minutes gone, Ali. Celtic 4, Bucky Thistle 0. So the goals continue to flow. This time Honduran international Louis Palma, his 8th goal of the season, normally on the left, found himself on the right, and a brilliant low strike from the edge of the box. Celtic 4, Bucky Thistle 0.
Max Aarons down hurt for Bournemouth, went to head a ball away inside his own half, and Joe Gomez for some reason went in with a flying challenge with his foot and has caught Aarons, quite rightly a free kick. Quite sure what Gomez was thinking there, Glenn.
I just think he lost the flight. He's trying to come across Aarons and win the ball, but clumsy, very clumsy by the Liverpool left back. I think he lost the flight of the ball. Aarons was strong because he could see him coming in his periphery just to the right hand side of him. He knew when he won that head he was going to get clattered, and he's in a battle, whoever he comes up against this afternoon, the Bournemouth right back.
Free kick Bournemouth, 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Taken by Zabarnyi. High one to the edge of the box. Gomez heads it away. Jones chests it down for Liverpool, facing his own goal. Turns, tries to play it up to Jota. Tavernier, short pass. Jota intercepts. Christie tries to win it off him. Then Christie has a hack at Jota, not able to bring him down, and Jota goes sprinting across the halfway line. Rolls it towards Nunez. There's the short, stocky fella again. Max Aarons doing a great job at the back for Bournemouth. Oh, Solanke goes running into Elliott. That will be a free kick for Bournemouth. Solanke lost control of the ball. Elliott was out of control of himself. They're both down hurt, and quite rightly Bournemouth free kick.
Yeah, it was a nasty coming together, wasn't it? Aarons overruns it, and I'm not sure that Solanke had lost control of the ball, but he does take it out of the path of Harvey Elliott, who goes clattering into the Bournemouth centre forward, and they both limp away to live another day.
Free kick then. Zabarnyi takes it short to Mepham. Mepham with his left foot looks to Tavernier. It's over the head of Gomez, but Gomez just able to get across in time, stick a right foot on it, volleys it out of play. Tavernier picks up the replacement ball off the cone. Christie slides the pass through to Tavernier inside the Liverpool area, cut back to the edge of the box, touch from Sinistera, might run to Solanke. Solanke surrounded by Liverpool defenders. Brilliant from Solanke on the turn. Another cut back from him. Connor Bradley there to intercept and clears it away with his right foot. Aarons intercepts for Bournemouth, toes a little pass into Lewis Cook, 40 yards from goal, wide to Christie. Bournemouth fans sense something's coming their way here. Zabarnyi, 30 yards out. Curling pass away to the left. Sinistera, did he use an arm to control that? Some of the Liverpool fans thought he did. Sinistera finds Kluivert, angles tight, crossing. Oh, Christie's missed it at the near post. Went to try and stick it away with his left foot, and the ball ran right across his foot and across the Liverpool goal. Bournemouth come again. Tavernier. Back to Aarons. Here's Cook. Fires it at Tavernier. Tavernier tries to lay it off to Aarons, comes off him and goes out for a throw into Liverpool. Glenn Murray.
And Bournemouth have been absolutely relentless for this last 6 minutes, and Sinistera just finds that little ball into Kluivert, and he decides to go down the line, fires the ball right across, and you're right, Bournemouth just don't quite get a touch on it. It goes between Solanke and Christie and rolls agonisingly along the 6-yard box of Liverpool.
Sinistera tackled by McAllister on the edge of the box. Just wonder whether Christie's run put Solanke off slightly, but Christie was there and he was in motion. He obviously had to go for the ball. Diaz has lost it inside the Bournemouth half. Lewis Cook is there, chips it forward. Sinistera's got to be quick here. McAllister's taking it off him. He was sloppy there. Sinistera's lost it. Here's Jota. Jota looking for Nunez. Miscued defensive clearance at the back from Cook. Bournemouth making a mess of things. They've conceded a late corner in the first half. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0.
Yeah, it's end to end. And it's McAllister winning possession back again there, like he has done a number of times this game. Jota just tries a ball back across, doesn't quite find the Liverpool teammate, and it's sliced out by James Hill for a corner.
2 minutes of added time at the end of a fascinating first half. No goals as yet. Bournemouth concentration has to be at its sharpest here. Defending the corner, it'll come in from Liverpool's right flank, from the left boot of Elliott. Good delivery, Konate's header well wide of the target, and that'll be a Bournemouth goal kick.
It will, and you're right, Ali, it's been a fantastic first half. It's been fiery, and as far as 0-0s go, what a game of football it's been.
No, it's been good. I wonder whether that should have been a corner, actually. Might have come off Hill's left shoulder. Konate appealed for it, not spotted in there. We had the benefit of the replay in front of us. And goal kick Bournemouth. Neto's taken his time. 1 minute of added time remaining at the end of this first half. Lines will be open soon for 606. Chris Sutton and Aaron Paul taking the calls tonight. The number to dial, in case you don't know it, 08085 909 693. Konate's header goes out of play for a throw into Bournemouth inside their own half. Tennis breakfast back tomorrow on Radio 5 Sports Extra. Cam Norrie, the only Brit remaining in the men's and women's singles at the Australian Open in fourth round action against Alexander Zverev, on air from the slightly earlier hour tomorrow of 6 o'clock in the morning. Congratulations to Rory McIlroy today as well, winner of the Dubai Desert Classic for the fourth time in his career. 20 seconds remaining. Bournemouth throw down the left. We'll be hearing a little bit from Rory McIlroy as well at half-time, as well as David Moyes and Chris Wilder. Bournemouth have won a throw late on in the first half here. Alexis McAllister annoyed with the decision, but a chance to put a little bit of late pressure on the Liverpool defence. Looks like it might be a long one coming in from the left-hand side. Solanke making his way into the near post area. In it comes, high lofted one. Konate jumps, and referee Andy Madley immediately points to the dressing rooms and blows the half-time whistle. One of the calls for the officials in the first half was the Justin Kluivert challenge that caught Luis Diaz. Video assistant referee, we're led to believe, had a look at that, decided no action was necessary. Both goalkeepers, Glenn Murray, have made saves but not been fully stretched. Two good teams going at it, basically.
Yeah, very much so. No real chances created by either side. No clear-cut chances. No one's missed any big opportunities so far. But the game has been played at a frantic pace. It's been feisty. It's been fiery. It's been brilliant.
It has, but no goals as yet. Half-time at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0.
I'm not sure Bournemouth wanted half-time in the end there, Glenn. They spent a proportion of it on the back foot, but they were just starting to get cooking as the whistle went.
No, you're right, Steve. The game swung momentum a couple of occasions. Bournemouth started really well, and like you say, they finished really well. Everything in between, it was all Liverpool. They looked composed. They looked like the team that were going to break the deadlock. But like you say, I think Bournemouth will be the team that will be disappointed to that half-time whistle.
Glenn, Ali, thank you very much. So Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0 on the way. More reaction to a very dramatic end to the game at Bramall Lane. In the end, it finished Sheffield United 2, West Ham 2. Both teams ended up with 10 men. So we'll hear from David Moyes, and then we will speak to the guys from 606, which of course follows us here on Premier League Sunday. Lines are open, 08085 909 693. We'll get the news now on 5 Live with Carl Hartley.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Thanks, Steve. A weather warning has been extended to cover most of the UK as Storm Isha approaches. Winds of 90 miles per hour have already been recorded in Snowdonia. Our correspondent Sharon Barbour is in Blackpool.
Drivers are being warned not to travel, and also if you are out walking to be very wary of falling trees, anything blowing about. Listen out to what the emergency services, what the Met Office and what the Environment Agency have to say, but the best advice is to stay indoors.
Well, it's having an impact on public transport, with planes, trains and ferries being cancelled. ScotRail has suspended all of its train services from 7 o'clock this evening. There's also disruption on services in Wales. Our correspondent Ethel Carr is at London Euston.
Lots of train companies are warning of delays and cancellations, in particular because the high winds mean that speed restrictions are being brought in on some lines, which obviously affects timetables. Now, Avanti West Coast, who run trains from here at London Euston up to through the Midlands to Manchester and Glasgow, they've announced that they're going to be ending services early.
The BBC News website has all the latest on this. Elsewhere, South Yorkshire Police have launched an investigation into reports of racist abuse during Sheffield Wednesday's game against Coventry at Hillsborough yesterday. The Coventry player, Casey Palmer, reported seeing fans making monkey gestures, and the match was stopped for several minutes. The Hamas-run authorities in Gaza say the Israeli offensive has now claimed more than 25,000 lives since it began in October. Around 130 Israeli hostages who were taken by Hamas militants in the cross-border attacks are still being held in the territory. Russian officials have blamed Ukraine for the deaths of at least 25 people after a busy shopping district was hit by shelling in the occupied city of Donetsk. Kyiv has yet to comment. And Scotland's First Minister has offered to hold talks with Sir Keir Starmer about working together if Labour win the next general election. Humza Yousaf told the BBC there's plenty the two parties could work on.
BBC 5 Live.
The voice of sport.
The EFL Cup.
Semi-finals, second leg.
On Tuesday night at 8.
Chelsea versus Middlesbrough.
Isaiah Jones takes it into the penalty area. Jones with a cutback.
And on Wednesday night at 8.
Fulham versus Liverpool.
The EFL Cup on 5 Live.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is 5 Live Sports with Steve Crossman.
On 5 Live. Listen on BBC Sounds.
And it's Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0 at half-time in the Premier League. Second half commentary on the way. Earlier, Sheffield United drew 2-2 with West Ham at Bramall Lane. Ollie McBurney scored the equaliser from the penalty spot in the 13th minute of injury time. West Ham were then denied an even later penalty claim. Let's hear from a rather frustrated West Ham boss, David Moyes, with Gary Flintoff.
Well, David, where does the bulk of your frustration lie at the end of that one?
With my own players, because of the level of our performance wasn't good enough today. But in the end, it looked like we had just about done enough to get 3 points with, a few changes, few away in AFCON, different situations arising. So, my bigger frustrations with my own players.
In terms of the penalty award at the end, did you feel it was 50-50? Could it have gone either way? I've got to a stage where I think that we've lost a lot of faith in the level of officiating at the moment, and from that point of view, I couldn't really call. I know what I think, but it really doesn't matter, does it? And I know there was one just before as well where Jared Bowen appeared to be manhandled, shall we say, inside the penalty area.
Yeah, well, look, there was two big decisions late on. From my point of view, I would say that I think that they were both wrong, but even if one of them were right, it would probably won us the game. And none of them went our way, and I thought that was the case for the majority of the game. But look, not for me to talk about. Don't want to talk about the referees. We're finding it very difficult to get any good resolution or anything back from the people at the top end from it. So we're better just staying away from them.
West Ham manager David Moyes. Sheffield United then still bottom of the table and 7 points from safety. Here's their manager Chris Wilder.
Over the years we've seen a lot of things, and yet again we've seen an entertaining afternoon at beautiful downtown Bramall Lane. So listen, for me it was the least we deserved, in my opinion, from a statistical point of view, if I can spit it out right. The stats point to a positive performance from my team. And from my eyes, and delighted to get something from the game, because with 5 or 10 minutes to go for the world, it didn't look as if we were going to get a deserved result from the game.
It felt today like you had some real
real minutes of ascendancy, but you perhaps only took the one chance when you were in control. But is that something you'll build on in the coming weeks?
Yeah, definitely. That's something we talked about, Gary, in terms of, we got into some great positions. We controlled the game. It never felt as if it was a 6 versus 20 league position, but obviously it is, and there's a reason for that. But what we've got to try and do is try and close that gap with performances like that.
Sheffield United manager Chris Wilder, there was also a late penalty in the Championship in the one game today, which was at Ellen Road. Joel Pirro scored it and Leeds beat Preston by 2-1. That means Leeds are 4th in the table, 4 points behind Southampton, who are second. 08085 909 693. You can get your calls in now. 606 follows Premier League Sunday. Chris Sutton is with us. Hiya, Chris.
Good evening, Steve.
Wow, what are we talking about then? What's the top line so far for you?
Well, just about football in general.
Just football in general. Good.
No, interesting. David Moyes, he felt hard done by. I have to say, did you see the game, Steve?
Certainly did.
I tend to agree with him. I thought it was, Areola and McBurney both went for the ball, and it was 50-50. I thought they were hard done by, and then I thought it was a penalty for Jarrod Bowen. And then I tell you a real debate, Clive, on Louise this evening. I mean, I think there are Liverpool fans out there thinking, well, you look at the nature of that challenge. Was that a red card challenge? I actually think it was, accidental. And I thought the decision was okay, but there'll be those Liverpool fans out there who would say, well, we've seen other incidents earlier on this season, and there've been red card offences.
Well, you never know which way it's going to go, do you? That's the thing. And I take absolutely no pleasure in saying that, because the last thing you want to do is, and I know you'll think that I sound this all the time, Chris, is sound ignorant of the rules, because we're not ignorant of the rules. We read them, and you like to think you understand them. But it's so difficult to work it out.
It is, and all happens in a fraction of a second. Sometimes there's just accident. These accidents do happen. David Moyes speaking just then said we've lost a lot of faith in the level of officiating.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Was that a good point for West Ham? A good point for Sheffield United? I think Sheffield United probably would feel that they deserved more, but maybe got out of jail a little bit in the end. And the other thing I've seen this evening, did Nottingham Forest have
I was about to say this. Yeah,
I mean, really?
So Forest have written to Howard Webb to ask for clarification around the Ivan Toney free kick goal, because he moved the ball. I think our understanding is that VAR actually isn't supposed to and can't interfere in restart. So I suspect that's going to fall on deaf ears. But kind of the point is they're the latest.
And should Forest write to their own players who were in the wall for being so stupid and not shuffling across?
Probably don't need to write to him, Chris, do they? They'll see him on Monday.
If they're going to make it official, maybe that's...
That wall was awful, though, wasn't it? Like, you could see watching the game, it's not right. I cannot believe, honestly, that the players just didn't react. Everybody, you play the game. You know what Ivan Toney's trying to do is trying to create that bit of an angle so he can just pass it into the back of the net. He did that. Why didn't the Nottingham Forest players react? So blame the PGMOL, blame everybody other than yourselves, Nottingham Forest. I've got no sympathy for Nottingham Forest on that one. Leeds got a late penalty. I thought that was a penalty against Preston. And they've got a chance, haven't they, of automatic promotion. It's quite tight at the top, but want to hear from Leeds fans on that. 08085 909 693. Cheers, Chris.
Cheers, Steve. Thank you.
606 with you as soon as we're done on Premier League Sunday. In the WSL, Chelsea regained their 3-point lead at the top. Lauren James scored a hat-trick. They beat Manchester United 3-1 at Stamford Bridge. Here is Lauren James with Joe Curry.
Well, Lauren, I can see you waving at the fans there. A big win at the Bridge, a hat-trick for yourself against your title rivals. How do you sum up an afternoon like today?
It's always tough playing against Man United, but I mean, with the fans behind us at Stamford Bridge, we love playing here. And yeah, I think our performance from the start today, you could tell everyone was up for it. And
you talk about being up for it. What is it about you and playing here that brings out the best in you?
I really don't know the answers to that. I just love scoring, and yeah, I try to do that as much as possible to help the team win.
The United fans were giving you a little bit of grief before that first goal, and then you got to go and celebrate it in front of them. But how much did you enjoy silencing the United fans today?
Yeah, for sure, but I think for me it's just about focusing on what I can do and silencing anyone who's hating as well. So yeah, I just got to focus on myself and focus on helping the team.
Chelsea's Lauren James, and of course they're without Sam Kerr for the foreseeable with that ACL injury. Elsewhere in the WSL finished Brighton and Hove Albion 3, Bristol City 2. Manchester City are second after a 5-1 win over Liverpool. Hat-trick there for Khadija Shaw. West Ham Spurs is at 6:45. There'll be commentary on 5 Sports Extra. All the highlights from the weekend's WSL action will be on the Women's Football Show, 11:15 tonight, BBC One. And there's the latest from the WSL on a brand new 5 Live podcast, Women's Football Weekly, hosted by Ben Haynes and England legend Ellen White. You can hear that every single Wednesday via BBC Sounds. Rory McIlroy has won the Dubai Desert Classic today, successfully defending his title, beating Poland's Adrian Meronk by a single shot. Here he is with our correspondent Ian Carter.
Rory, many congratulations. The cheers ringing in your ears. It was hard earned on the back nine there.
Yeah, it was. If you had told me that I was going to win on the 10th tee without making a birdie on the back nine, I don't think I would have believed you. But it was really, really tricky on the back, and I did a good job of sort of keeping my composure, especially after the bogey on the par 5. So yeah, no, all in all, obviously a great week. All did most of the work yesterday with the 63, and just obviously a great start to the year. Had a good chance to win last week and didn't get it done, but came in this week and was able to get over the line.
And having to guts it out there at the end must make it all the more gratifying.
Yeah, it does. It does. After the bogey on 13, I really just wanted to steady the ship, and I thought if I could par 14, 15, and 16, I wasn't going to lose much to the field there, because they're 3 very, very tough holes, and then I knew I had 2 good chances on 17 and 18. It worked out that I didn't need to birdie either 17 or 18, so it was a bit more of a comfortable finish. But all in all, a great weekend, and obviously delighted to get my name in this trophy again.
Rory McIlroy with Ian Carter. Sale are out of the Champions Cup rugby. They lost at home to holders La Rochelle 37-24. They had trailed 30-0 at a very windy AJ Bell Stadium, from where George Ford has been speaking to Chris Jones.
The conditions played a massive part today. Obviously, playing into the win first half, playing behind it. Even at 16-0, they did really well to win 16-0. It was probably a 10-12 point win, that, but the way we started the second half was the most disappointing thing, giving them, as soon as it went to 30-0, we always knew we'd score a few points. The whole plan for us today was to keep the ball in play fast, play quick, and hopefully get our points at the end, which did happen, but we're just too far behind.
And what happens now? Some of you go off to international camps, a bit of a break after next weekend for the league, so a fair bit going on club and country for the next few months. Yeah, there is. Obviously, attention's turned to Six Nations for the international lads, so we go away Tuesday. The boys have got one more Premiership game against Gloucester next week. All changes again before the run-in at the end of the year, I suppose. So that's a big game for us as a club next week against Gloucester, and I think we'll go to Girona on Tuesday, the English boys. So it's all changing.
George Ford speaking to Chris Jones atop Ben Nevis by the sounds of it. Elsewhere, Toulouse beat Bath 31-19. Both teams go through to the last 16. In the Challenge Cup, Newcastle won 32-23 at Perpignan. Ospreys beat the Lions 38-28. Choice of listening right now, 5 Sports Extra for the netball. Stirring third quarter comeback from England. They now trail Australia 55-53. You can listen to full commentary of that on 5 Sports Extra here on 5 Live. Second half of the football. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0. Glenn Murray's with Ali Bruce Sport.
Thank you, Steve. Rain continues to drum down at the Vitality Stadium. Referee Andy Madley has just marched out across the halfway line, put the match ball down on the centre circle. Liverpool will get us underway in the second half. Started today with a 2-point lead at the top of the Premier League table ahead of Manchester City, Arsenal and Aston Villa. A win here this evening stretches it to 5. Their next game, their next 2 games actually in cup competition, away to Fulham in the Carabao Cup semi-final second leg on Wednesday night, and then at home to Norwich on Sunday. Both games commentaries on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Van Dijk plays back to Alisson, and Alisson, that ball was coming at him and bobbling towards him, has just only been able to knock it out of play for a throw-in to Bournemouth in an attacking position on the right. So Bournemouth playing from right to left towards the Steve Fletcher stand, if you know your Vitality Stadium. Away to the left from our commentary position here. They're in the black and red vertical stripes, black shorts, black socks with the red tops. Christie's ball into the Liverpool penalty area is whacked away by Canate, and Liverpool in change strip. The green and white quarters tonight with the black shorts and the white socks. Long diagonal A wallop towards Luis Sinisterra, couldn't quite keep it in play, but immediately the Bournemouth boss Andoni Iraola is out to the edge of the pitch and applauding with his hands above his head, applauding the idea, the attempted pass wide to the left. Here come Bournemouth again. Kluivert twisting and turning, loses 2 Liverpool players there. Elliott and McAllister both bought the dummy. Sinisterra goes down edge of the penalty area on the left, nothing given. Konate brings the ball away for Liverpool. Low pass into the halfway line. Max Aarons challenged by Luis Diaz, thought he was fouled, nothing given there either, and suddenly Joe Gomez has space to run into, plays the ball to his left. Darwin Nunez is onto it, sliding challenge from Aarons, stops him for a second. Nunez is there, plays back to Gomez. Gomez is going to hit the shot with his right foot, massive deflection. Neto comes sprinting across to the left to keep it in play, but it's forced him well out of his penalty area. Then a little back heel to himself onto the right foot, and the clearance up to Solanke, who cleverly chests that into the path of Sinisterra, but Konate is wise to that and just shrugs off Sinisterra and plays the ball into the middle of the pitch. Non-stop stuff right from the start of this second half. Bradley's ball in to the Bournemouth box. Here's Jota. Jota's layoff to Bradley again. Bradley's left-footed cross curling into the far post, and back there is Tavernier, volleys it away with his left foot. Breathless stuff at the start of the second half. Glenn Murray.
Yeah, it is. Both teams going for it exactly like they were in the first half. Just enjoyed Neto there in the corner, winding his left foot. He did not want to use it, did he? He was desperate to get it back on his right and eventually got rid of the danger.
Throw in Liverpool, midway inside the Bournemouth half. Gomez takes it from in front of the travelling support, underneath the roof in that east stand opposite us, but the rain continues to fall. Another goal at Celtic Park in the Scottish Cup. Kenny Crawford.
Yeah, I think we can safely say Celtic are through to the last 16 of the competition now. Celtic 5, Buckie Thistle 0, and a first ever goal for Celtic for 18-year-old Rocco Vata, Irish player of Albanian descent. Micah Johnson squared it across to him and he was left with a simple finish. Celtic 5, Buckie Thistle 0.
Really important challenge made here by Alexis McAllister. Dominic Solanke was nearly onto a poor Liverpool pass inside the Liverpool half there. McAllister stretched in and just towed it away from him. Liverpool throw in front of us, attacking position on the right. I'll take you through the two-team lineups again. Sinisterra wants to win that off Elliott. Konate's there, thumps it forward, chested down by Curtis Jones. First time ball to Jota. Nunez stroked into the bottom corner, and Liverpool, just like that, lead at Bournemouth. They could be going 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League. It looked like it came from nothing, but really quick thinking from Jota, the control, the path, and Darwin Nunez needed no second invitation, strokes it into the corner of the Bournemouth net. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1.
What a piece of play by Liverpool, absolutely class from front to back. 4 passes, 1 touch each pass, right into Jota, into Nunez. He takes 1 touch into the far corner of the on-rushing Neto. Brilliant football. I just wondered whether Darwin Nunez was offside, but he wasn't. He was clearly onside, and that is the best piece of play all afternoon by either team, and it's resulted in Darwin Nunez wheeling away to the Liverpool fans, and quite a bit of passion over there, just showing what it means. Mo Salah's away, he stepped up to the mark.
Gets criticised sometimes, Darwin Nunez, for not taking his chances. Didn't have to think there. That was instinctive and clinical. Just sent it back the other way. Curtis Jones with the chest down, found Jota. Jota immediately, before the ball had got to him, he knew what he was going to do with it. Played it perfectly into the path of Darwin Nunez, and that is why Liverpool are in front. The goal you'll be able to see, match of the day 2 tonight, 10:30. BBC One. What have Bournemouth got in response? Here they come with Lewis Cook up to the edge of the Liverpool box, played into the feet here with Kluivert's shot, hits the heels of Van Dijk and spins away for a Bournemouth corner.
Kluivert got on the half turn in the middle of the box there. Virgil van Dijk again, the man blocking that ball, but I just wonder if he could have got it out to Tavernier, who's wide open just to the right of him, on rushing into the box. A little bit more awareness from Kluivert. Bournemouth could have been back in it, but good block from Van Dijk.
So Van Dijk's block means Bournemouth corner. Just 5 minutes gone in the second half. Liverpool now in front. Corner comes in from the right into that near post, ball loose inside the Liverpool penalty area. Elliott just sticks out a leg and clears it away. Lewis Cook volleys it back to Aarons, controls that well, moves away from Jota, sees space for Tavernier on the right hand side. Tavernier might try and get it onto his left foot. Yeah, cuts back onto the left foot, walks into the challenge of Curtis Jones, tries to win it back off Jones, Forward it goes to Nunez. He plays back to Gomez. Gomez has time here. Looks at his options. Strokes it forward towards Elliott. Leaps in the air. Lays it off to young Connor Bradley, making the first ever Premier League appearance for Liverpool at right back. Timing of the goal, the 49th minute for Liverpool. Gomez to Jota. Jota speeds past Tavernier. Up to the edge of the area, then trips. Just on the edge of the box. Liverpool fans immediately up, of course they would be, appealing for a penalty. Jota wants one as well. We'll have to have a look at the challenge again and exactly where that was made, but here's Darwin Nunez for Liverpool. Bournemouth defenders in front of him, lays it off to Diaz. Diaz to Jota. Played back to Diaz again. Diaz in a central position, 30 yards out to McAllister. Gomez knocks it wide to Jones. Jones bringing it in from the left-hand side, just trying to hold off Ryan Christie, who was pestering him to try and win the ball back off him. Gomez to Van Dijk. Solanke does the chasing. Van Dijk moves away from him. Jones is there on the left for Liverpool. Now Gomez, and he comes back to Alisson. Glenn Murray.
Liverpool looking like they're finding their groove, just popping this ball around, moving Bournemouth around, looking to try and kill this game off and get two in front.
Finding spaces now at Liverpool. Here's Darwin Nunez, controls the pass from McAllister on the left. Nunez into that Bournemouth penalty area. Heads for the byline, stands the cross up to the far post. Bradley attacks it, heads it across goal, and then it's flicked away by Aarons. And behind for the corner, Liverpool.
Bradley had his chance. It was lifted to the back post by Darwin Nunez. A brilliant ball, and it's begging for the young man to head it towards goal. For some reason, he heads it back across goal. He's got to do better, in all honesty. I know it's his first Premier League start, but his team should be 2-0 ahead now.
First Premier League start, and could have marked it with a first Premier League goal as well. Bournemouth getting ready to make a double change beneath us here. There's the challenge on Jota, just nudged on the edge of the box. He was caught.
He was caught, wasn't he?
Yeah, just outside the area, I think.
I think it was on the line, Ali.
Right, OK, Elliott's ball in from the corner. Bradley again with the left foot. Neto makes the save, flying to his left. Danger not clear for Bournemouth yet. Curtis Jones cross in. Sliding volley clearance. Now the ball runs away to Gomez. Here's Curtis Jones. Liverpool looking for a second goal already early in this second half. Harvey Elliott, couple of touches. Cross comes in. Header away for Aarons. The ball runs to Alexis McAllister. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1. Bradley tries to find McAllister again. And out it goes for a throw into Liverpool.
And a couple of seconds later, Conor Bradley gets another opportunity on the edge of the box this time. Cuts it off his right foot, back onto his left foot. Hits a shot. Neto's equal to it.
Lines open for 6:06. Throw in taken. Jota finds Bradley. Bradley's got all the time in the world here. Might run to Elliott inside the penalty area. Bournemouth panicking a little. It's only as far as Jota the clearance. Jota just runs out of room there, and the ball goes cannoning off his right boot and away to Curtis Jones on the left. Diaz there in support. Here's Jones. Back to Gomez. Gomez for Liverpool. Wide to Curtis Jones on the left. Good 35 yards now from the Bournemouth goal, and they come all the way back to Van Dijk, just inside the Bournemouth half. His path across to Konate. Konate looks up. Cross into the Bournemouth penalty area. Aarons volleys it over his left shoulder, and it goes out for a throw-in to Liverpool. Bournemouth with Neto in goal. Unfamiliar back four. James Hill, Ilya Zabani, Chris Mepham and Max Aarons. They're about to make the changes as well. Christian Cook in central midfield. Tavernier, Kluivert and Sinistera, the front three behind Dominic Solanke. So James Hill, having made his first Premier League start for Bournemouth, comes off early in the second half. Lloyd Kelly, just back from injury, comes on. Luis Sinistera is going to be replaced by Alex Scott, who is a very exciting young player for Bournemouth. Big money he cost from Bristol City in the summer. I was here Boxing Day, Glenn. He started in central midfield. I think it was Cook who was out that day. And in Bournemouth's first goal, his movement, vision and passing created... He looks a player, actually.
Yeah, he does, and that's why they put so much money up for him. But I think I know the game you're talking about, Ali, where he just burst through the midfield.
That's it.
Really promising youngster.
Throw in taken. Nunez lays the ball back to Gomez. Liverpool then, Alisson in goal. Connor Bradley, Konate, Van Dijk, Joe Gomez make up the back four. Elliott, McAllister, Curtis Jones, Jota and Diaz, and Darwin Nunez as the front three. And Liverpool, as it stands, going 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League table, leading Bournemouth by a goal to nil. You're listening to it on BBC Radio 5 Live and the BBC World Service. Here's Jones for Liverpool, in control at the moment. Bournemouth can't get the ball and can't get out of their own half. Konate to McAllister, gives it straight back to the French centre-back, through the middle, Jota's lay-off nearly perfect for Nunez, ball runs to Jones on the edge of the area, Jones finds Nunez just inside the Bournemouth box, turns, plays it back to Bradley, curling cross to the far post, Diaz, it's just over him, so Diaz has to quickly turn, runs out to the left to collect the ball for Liverpool, forced away from goal, back to Gomez, and Gomez in turn to Van Dijk. Van Dijk just inside the Bournemouth half, takes his time and goes back to his goalkeeper, Alisson. Konate looking left and right. See how much rain has fallen actually in a relatively short space of time. Bit of spray coming up each time the ball is played across the deck here by Liverpool inside their own half. Konate down the line to Bradley. Bradley's ball forward blocked by Lloyd Kelly. So Kelly has come on in that left back position for Bournemouth. Space opening for Liverpool. Jones forward to Jota. Jota edge of the area looking for the 1-2. Ball hit Jota's hand inside the box there. Play continues. Bournemouth clear. Here's Christie. Christie inside his own half. Left-footed ball. That's one for Kluivert to chase. He's really got to go to get that. Can't get there. And it goes out for a throw-in to Liverpool. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1. We have had 12 minutes gone, second half. Glenn Murray.
Well, we talked at the top of the show about no Trent Alexander-Arnold, no Salah, and we said Jota was the man that would be the creator, and he's come up with the only assist of the game so far. A brilliant ball into Darwin Núñez that separates these two teams. We also highlighted Núñez. Can he step up and fill Salah's boots for a couple of weeks?
Oh, Jota caught late there by Mepham. That could be the first yellow card of the game. Challenge just inside the Bournemouth half. Just got there late, basically. Jota had laid the ball off, found Núñez. Move was developing. Is he going to get away with that, Mepham? Let's have a look.
I think he is.
He is going to get away with that, OK, no cards as yet.
Oh, I like that from the referee.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't a terrible challenge. Elliott plays the ball back to Bradley. Here's Alisson. Alisson closed down by Solanke. He's not had a sniff. Certainly not at the start of this second half for Bournemouth. Bradley down the right-hand side. Jota flicks the ball through his legs. Kelly is alert to that. Gets there first. Cook closed down by Bradley. Elliott's there to help out. Here's Bradley. Foul by Lewis Cook. Then he kicks Bradley on the ground. Absolutely no need for that. The Liverpool players come flying in to have a word with Lewis Cook. And Ryan Christie just stands there and says, all right, he got it wrong. And sticks up for his teammate. And Jurgen Klopp is absolutely livid here. Down beneath us on the touchline, having a pop at a couple of the Bournemouth coaching staff. They think Liverpool making too much of that. Klopp is fuming.
He is indeed, and he's got a right to be, because Lewis Cook, left wing in there, the young Liverpool youngster, has a bite at him first and then has a good kick at him while he's on the ground. The ball's almost in his midriff when he does that. He knew exactly what he was doing, Lewis Cook. Just seen red for a second there, the Bournemouth man.
Liverpool have come out and asserted their dominance at the start of this second half, and Bournemouth trying to find a way back into the game. Here's Mepham, closed down by Jota. Got to be careful here. Jota just clings on to him. He's fouled him. Just dragged him back as Mepham was under pressure.
Did he, Ali? I'm not too sure about that. I think Chris Mepham got away with murder there.
Here's Christie driving it forward with his left foot. Ball intercepted by Gomez inside the Liverpool half. Gomez gets it again, finds Diaz. Diaz drops the shoulder, lets the ball run across his body, slides a pass forward. Jones almost in for Liverpool. Zabani with an important challenge for Bournemouth. Game just opening up now in the second half. Here's Christie, prods it to Solanke. Solanke keeps the move going for Bournemouth. Wide it comes to Kluivert. Kluivert 25 yards out in the inside left channel. Good ball to his right-hand side, finds Tavernier. Support from Aarons behind him. Aarons up from the right-back position. Aarons, Tavernier's shot closed down by the Liverpool defenders, and the ball just comes squirting through and rolls to Alisson.
I'm just thinking there as we approach the the hour mark of the game. Dominic Solanke obviously scored a lot of goals for Bournemouth, but he has not had a sniff. I can't see him going throughout this game without an opportunity at some point.
Yeah. Konate, he's strong there. Scott tried to knock him off the ball. Konate was having none of it, just shrugged him aside, and Scott went tumbling to the floor. Here's Gomez for Liverpool, inside his own half. Space there for Luis Diaz to run into. Diaz coming deep here. Finds Konate. Konate controls, has time, gets his head up, pass into midfield. Cody Gakpo getting ready to come on for Liverpool. Van Dijk. Here's Jones Jones back to McAllister, who's been very impressive in the heart of the Liverpool midfield this afternoon. Floated pass to Bradley. Bradley gets away from Kelly. Determined run. Kelly slides in, gets something on the ball. Bradley's lost it. Counter-attack for Bournemouth. Pass reaches Kluivert, who's now wide on the left for Bournemouth, with Alex Scott moving into the number 10 role.
Did you see the desire of Liverpool there when Kluivert got away? Harvey Elliott biting his legs. Jota, Conor Bradley, all back. I mean, it just shows the desire, and these know they're in the title race, don't they?
Oh yeah, throw in Bournemouth, and the only two experienced outfield players for Liverpool are both going to come on at the same time. Cody Gakpo and Ryan Gravenberch, the two Dutchmen. In the meantime, Bournemouth have won a corner. After that, left on his bench for Jurgen Klopp, the names of Bobby Clark, Kaid Gordon, James McConnell, Owen Beck and Jarrell Quansah, who has played a bit of first-team football this season, to be fair to him, actually. So, into the last half hour. Lines already open for 6:06 on 5 Live and BBC Sounds this evening. Chris Sutton and Aaron Paul waiting to take your calls. Corner for Bournemouth. Cook's delivery into the near post. Good. Ball drops loose inside the penalty area. Kluivert hit a shot on the turn. Liverpool got enough bodies in the way. The ball's almost cleared out of the stadium there. It's the very top of the roof of the East Stand opposite to us. Throw-in taken. Iraola furious with something there. Aarons has overrun it for Bournemouth, and what can Liverpool do with this? Nunez playing the ball back into midfield, wide open space there. Jota fires it forward with his right foot. Elliott on his bike, gets there, goes first time and balloons an effort on the half volley over the bar. Goal kick for Bournemouth.
Yeah, as he makes that run down the right hand side, he can feel that ball coming to his right shoulder. He looks to his left and you can see Neto's not quite set. Tries to get the shot off early with his right foot. Skews it wide of the mark.
Oh, that's just stayed in play. Clever curling ball from Lewis Cook down the left, and for a second Kluivert gave up on that. If he kept going, he might have been able to beat Konate to it. Konate slides in, makes the challenge and knocks the ball out of play. Luis Diaz is coming off. Big hugs, aggressive hugs from Jurgen Klopp. Just draws Gakpo and Gravenberch towards him.
As there was that coming together on the pitch, and Jurgen Klopp was going over to the other bench, there was a few Bournemouth lads shirking it, wasn't there? Backing up.
Yeah.
The moonwalk was coming out, wasn't it? Just sit back down.
Elliott and Diaz coming off. That might be something worth talking about tonight. I don't know, I heard Chris Sutton talking at half-time in this game about the challenge by Kluivert on Luis Diaz, and I think the point both Chris and Steve were making, exactly as you made, Glenn. Like Chris, you said...
Chris agreed with me.
I know, amazing.
I must have got it
wrong. Well, you both feel, that the call was right, but as Steve said, nowadays you just don't know, because you've seen very similar challenges end up going to the VAR and they turn into red cards, and that's the thing. The managers' players just don't know. Ball forward from Mepham up towards Tavernier, did brilliantly to control that off balance on his head and has kept it for Bournemouth on the right. Trying to find a way back into this game. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1. Darwin Nunez, the Uruguayan international, the goal scorer. Only a second goal in his last 17 games for Liverpool. But at the moment it's moving them 5 points clear at the top of the table. Solanke chasing. Allison lets the ball run past him, and Solanke thought there was half a chance of getting that down by the byline, but it gets away from him, and Allison just uses his body to nudge him out of the way. Goal kick for Liverpool. Back to Celtic Park. Celtic Bucky Thistle has been watched by Kenny Crawford this afternoon.
The full-time score, Ali. Celtic 5, Bucky Thistle 0. The hosts through to the last 16 of the Scottish Cup. Brendan Rodgers maintains his 100% record in the competition. 5 different scorers: Bernardo, Holm, Kyogo, Palma and Vata. 50er Bucky had kept it goalless for 25 minutes, and they'll have enjoyed their big day out. Celtic 5, Bucky Thistle 0.
25 minutes to play here in the Premier League. Liverpool leading Bournemouth by 1-0. Lloyd Kelly is half tackled by Jota. Plays it forward to Scott. Kluivert's under pressure inside his own half. Gravenberch and Bradley all over him there, and Kluivert's done well actually to win a throw-in for Bournemouth. Did you see the nice little stat about if Kluivert scores in this game? That wasn't your quiz for me, was it?
Go on, what's that one, Alan?
So if Justin Kluivert scores in this game, he would help the Kluiverts become the third father-son combination to score against Liverpool in a Premier League game. So there are 2 other father-son combinations. Do you like that one?
I do like that one, Ali.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's not mine. Mine was Kluivert has played in the top 6 leagues and scored goals. The only man to do it, score goals in the top 6 leagues. Can you name the teams he's done it for?
Oh, no chance. Apart from I could look at my notes because I've got all his former clubs written down, but off the top of my head. Well, he came from Roma, so that's got to be 1, and he scored for Bournemouth, that's 2. Oh, Scott just takes a stray arm in the face from Conor Bradley. Bradley will get booked for that, just for blocking his run. He didn't intentionally catch him in the face. It's just for blocking the run down the left-hand side. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1. French club as well, I'm going to say Nice.
Yep.
Okay, that's 3. Spanish club. I'm not looking, by the way. Valencia.
Yep.
Ooh, got 4 now. Right, Jurgen Klopp's not happy here. Referee wants a word with Jurgen Klopp. Graham Scott, in fact, has asked the referee to get involved. I think just to calm everything down between the Liverpool bench, Jurgen Klopp in particular, and the Moonwalkers on the Bournemouth bench, as Glenn was describing them. And referee Andy Madley has done just that, because it did just threaten to get a little bit testy at that point. It's calmed down. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1. Liverpool looking to make it a 5th win in a row in all competitions. So I still need 2. I'm not looking. I don't think I'm going to get any more, to be honest with you. Oh, there must be a Dutch club, mustn't there? Who would that be? Canate trying to win ahead of 4 Liverpool. Kluivert, there he is. Here's Christie. Christie back to Aarons. Bournemouth still well in this game. 1-0 down. 20 or so minutes to play, more than 20 minutes. Here's Christie. He's had a good game for Bournemouth. Slides the pass through. Aarons looking to get there with his speed. Van Dijk read it. Comes cruising across and intercepts it. Ball played forward by Jones, beyond Jota. Headed forward back into the Liverpool half. Chested down by Lloyd Kelly. Bournemouth will be very pleased to have him back. Here's Scott with his dancing feet on the left. Passes behind Christie. Christie stretches, controls it. Plays it back to Lewis Cook. And here's Mepham. Mepham side foots a pass to Zabarnyi. Zabarnyi with the outside of the right foot. Nice from Christie, just a touch, and then an immediate pass to Cook. Cook brings it forward for Bournemouth, and the pass isn't quite right. Bradley intercepts. Gravenberch is there for Liverpool. Plays the ball into midfield. Christie tries to win it off McAllister. Darwin Núñez comes back into his own half. Not enough on that for McAllister. Bournemouth have it again. This is very open. Teams passing to each other at the moment, though. Bournemouth are giving it away. McAllister intercepts. Here's Gravenberch wide on the right. He's going to run into trouble, but he's fouled. And down he goes for a free kick to Liverpool.
Bought yourself a lot of time there,
yeah, I have. I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to get the Dutch club. That's annoying.
Oh, come on.
Why am I not going to get it? Is it PSV?
Oh, the other one.
Ajax?
Yeah.
Okay, so and there's one I'm missing. Is it in a different league? No, it's in a different league, isn't it?
Obviously.
Because that was the point of the question. David Brooks is coming on. Oh, and he's off now, Kluivert, so he can't do what... He can't become the father-son, the third father-son. So go on, you have a go at mine. One of the sons is playing in the Premier League this season. Very, very, very famous centre-forward. Probably the most high-profile player in the Premier League. Out injured at the moment, though. Here's Darwin Núñez on the right. Good strength from the Uruguayan. Rolls the pass back to Gravenberch. Gravenberch under pressure, twisting and turning, edge of the Bournemouth penalty area. Liverpool holding a slender 1-0 lead, looking to go 5 points clear at the top of the table. Gravenberch's shot hits the back of Jota's legs, and the ball rolls to Neto. Best centre forward in the world, Glenn, as some would say. I mean, apart from you and Chris Sutton, obviously.
I can't think.
Come on, for the champions, the big man.
Oh, Erling Haaland.
Yeah, so the Haalands have done it. Alfie and Erling. Solanke. Oh, it's a good battle that between Solanke and Van Dijk. Van Dijk just about gets the better of that in the right back position. Spinning clearance upfield. Underneath it is Kelly. Kelly forward to Scott. Couldn't quite bring that down on his chest for Bournemouth. Darwin Núñez lets the ball bounce in front of him. Leaps athletically. Brought down by Zabarnyi. Picks himself up. Gakpo's ball. Jota could win it here. In off the post. Lethal from Diogo Jota. And Liverpool have a second in the second half, and Jota decides to go and celebrate in front of the Bournemouth fans. But again, just like that, Liverpool are on you, and bang! Jota's right foot shot in off the post. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 2.
Diogo Jota, the difference between the two teams. He's assisted one, he's scored the second. It's a brilliant finish. Once he gets away, the goalkeeper thinks he's going to go back across him. He doesn't. He goes to the near post, kisses the bottom of the post and into the back of the net. And that's Liverpool 2, Bournemouth 0. And it's the Liverpool fans you can hear in full voice. Brilliant move by Liverpool. Núñez causing chaos as always. And then Gakpo picks up the loose ball, plays into Jota's path. Jota makes no mistake from 10 yards out.
I love that finish from Jota, Glenn, because he nice ball from Gakpo into his bar, but he just sticks the right bit. It's almost the old toe punt, isn't it? Or am I doing him with this? I mean, it's a clever finish.
It is he's a clever player. In all fairness, he's a special player. He's a little magician, isn't he? You've seen his celebration there in front of the Bournemouth fans. I just think that everyone expects you to go across the goalkeeper there. And I think Neto just maybe got his angle slightly wrong, expecting that to happen. He puts it in that near post. And it looks like this game could be dead and buried, because Liverpool have been very good this afternoon.
They certainly have, and they lead by 2-0, going 5 points clear of Manchester City, Arsenal and Aston Villa. Manchester City will have the game in hand, of course. Liverpool fans, Aaron Paul, Chris Sutton, will want to hear from you on 606 tonight. 08085 909 693 to get your calls in. McAllister long ball forward. Neto's come a long way out of his penalty area to deal with it. Side foots it. Bradley read that well. Prods it forward. Kelly's given it away for Bournemouth. Liverpool got the bit between their teeth now. Gakpo slides another clever pass to Bradley. Bradley's little cross nearly floats over Neto towards the far post. Might even have gone in, but Neto in the end makes a comfortable save.
Bradley's been really good. I think as far as Premier League debuts go, he's been solid defensively. He's got forward, had a couple of chances. I think he's been very impressive.
Into the last 20 minutes of the game. Glenn Murray with us on BBC Radio 5 Live in the World Service. Cross comes in, Solanke sticks out a left boot, couldn't control that one. It goes straight off his boot and into the arms of Alisson. All the reaction, as always, to today's football in the Football Daily podcast, available via the BBC Sounds app. And as Steve was saying at half-time, the Women's Football Weekly, a new podcast available on the Football Daily feed. That'll be live every Wednesday with Ben Haynes and former England striker Ellen White. Tonight as well, NFL on Radio 5 Sports Extra as the playoffs continue. Our game this evening, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Detroit Lions. That will follow the action in the WSL. West Ham Tottenham gets underway at 6:45. Here's Van Dijk for Liverpool, controlling the game. Just the one defeat so far this season in the Premier League. That came at Tottenham back in September and was a highly controversial one as well. Bournemouth, though, win it off Liverpool inside the Liverpool half. Can they get themselves back into it? Alex Scott makes a good run into the Liverpool penalty area. Cross deflects. McAllister's there for Liverpool. Takes his time. Plays the ball up the middle of the pitch. Lewis Cook intercepts it. Finds Tavernier. Tavernier can't get past McAllister, though. He's in the right place at the right time again for Liverpool. Clever step over by Jota from the pass, but Nunez can't control it. And here come Bournemouth again. 17 minutes to play in the second half. Jurgen Klopp just holding the small of his back there as if he's feeling the strain. Then another decision goes against Liverpool and suddenly the back pain disappears as he slings a right fist forward in fury, and Bournemouth get a free kick on the edge of the Liverpool box. Liverpool leading by 2-0.
It's a chance for Bournemouth to put that ball in, try and get back into the game. It's a foul by the younger Connor Bradley and Alex Scott. And standing over it is Lewis Cook. Tavernier trying to ask questions of this Liverpool defence for the first time in the second half.
The last answer I need is a German team, isn't it? I just realised I've not come up with a German team for Kluivert. Who did he go on loan to in Germany? Free kick for Bournemouth. Can they get themselves back in the game? Red and black shirts making their moves inside the penalty area. Lewis Cook's free kick comes in. Liverpool deal with it.
Cruyff, the Premier League father and son.
No, not Cruyff. No, not Cruyff.
No.
Not Cruyff.
Premier League, not England. Premier League.
The father is one of the most famous strikers ever in the Premier League. Fabulous goal scorer. Son was more of a winger, who I would say was short of stature as well. You know, we were talking in the first half about Max Aarons being a compact footballer.
No, you described him as compact, not me.
Liverpool leading by 2-0. Zabani, great ball out to the right-hand side. Here is Aarons. Aarons for Bournemouth, lays it back. Solanke, Konate comes sliding in just in time for Liverpool. Solanke was about to pull the trigger, and then Aarons drags down Joe Gomez, and Liverpool get a free kick.
It's easy in hindsight, but I just wonder if Max Aarons could have pulled the trigger. But on the other hand, Konate and Virgil van Dijk have been absolutely outstanding in the centre of that Liverpool defence. There's been a lot of question marks over the Liverpool defence over recent seasons, but today especially they look back to their best.
OK, I'll give you another clue which will definitely give it away. Father, single surname. Son, double-barrelled surname. No? Does that not help? Jota lays it off to Bradley, wide to Jota. Jota's been brilliant as well for Liverpool this afternoon, trying to muscle his way in from the right. Bradley there in support. Bradley just lets the ball run over the dead ball line because the last touch came from a Bournemouth player. That's a corner.
I can feel the pressure of the nation because I know people are shouting at their car radios the answer, and I just can't get it. Ali, come on, put me out of misery.
Okay, a match of the day. Actually stepping down from match of the day, Ian Wrighty. Ian Wright and Sean Wright-Phillips, and I need a German team just to complete the quiz misery. I don't think I'm going to get for Justin Kluivert. It's not going to be Bayern. Could be Dortmund. Should probably know this. Into the last 15 minutes of the game. Liverpool corner, in control. Nunez and Jota the goal scorers. 6:06 on the way on 5 Live as McAllister waits to take the corner. An away swinger on the volley from Curtis Jones, nearly smashes it over the Ted McDougall stand. Goal kick for Bournemouth.
Yeah, an in-swinging corner lands at Curtis Jones, about 16 yards out, 15 yards out. It's a really difficult technique because it's swirling in the wind. It comes from quite a height and he tries to catch it on the half volley. It's more of a goal kick. A rugby goal kick, sorry, than a football one. Neto's clearance with his right foot. Ball drops to Alex Scott. Nearly finds Solanke racing in between Liverpool defenders. Strong challenge from Tavernier. Lays it off to Christie. Bournemouth not giving this up. Why would they? Into the last 15 minutes of the game. Gakpo wins it back for Liverpool. Back heel into space. Great sliding challenge from Christie to win it off Jones. There's Brooks running across the Liverpool half. Fabulous low raking ball from him as well. Crossing from Tavernier to the near post. There's Van Dijk again covering Solanke, knocks it behind. Bournemouth corner. It's hard to find, Glenn, a Liverpool player who's not had a good game today. I mean, everyone, just talking about Jota, you mentioned the centre-backs, McAllister as well. They're on it today, aren't they, Liverpool? Yeah, they are. They look like there's a title to be won.
Yes. Corner Bournemouth from the left. Can they find themselves a goal? Deep one from Lewis Cook to the far post. Headed out, side-footed pass from Ryan Christie, just enough on it to get to Cook. Cook takes it past Gravenberch, he's coming back from an offside position. That'll be a free kick to Liverpool. So 12 minutes plus added time remaining. Liverpool leading Bournemouth by 2-0 and going 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League table.
And I think that speaks volumes of how physically dominant Konate and Van Dijk have been to the Bournemouth forwards, that they're going to bring Kiefer Moore on for the remainder of the game.
Yeah. Tennis breakfast, Radio 5 Sports Extra from 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Cam Norrie for Great Britain in 4th round action against Alexander Zverev. Tomorrow night on 5 Live is the Monday Night Club. Mark Chapman and co with updates from Brighton Wolves in the Premier League, Leicester Ipswich in the Championship as well. Full commentary Tuesday night, Chelsea Middlesbrough. Second leg of the League Cup semi-finals. Wednesday night we've got Fulham against Liverpool as Zabani plays it forward looking for Solanke. Gets the better of Van Dijk this time. Plays it back to Christie. Couldn't keep it for Bournemouth. Gravenberch. Great body movement to take him past Cook. Plays it forward to Gakpo. Gakpo just asked Darwin Nunez to run onto this ball in the inside left channel. Gakpo gets in the middle, so does Gravenberch. Nunez, bit of skill. Cross comes in over the head of Gravenberch at the near post. But look at Bradley following up from right back. Cut back. Jota has a swing and a miss. Falls for him again. Finds the bottom corner. Diogo Jota has his second of the game and Liverpool's third. In all honesty, he gets a bit lucky. It's a swing and a miss with the first effort, but he was alert enough to see the ball was sitting up. He hits it into the bottom corner, and Liverpool are going 5 points clear at the top of the table. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 3.
They are indeed. Diego Jota with his second goal, and it is very fortunate how it comes about. It's a good cross by Nunez. Comes out to Conor Bradley the other side, who actually plays a brilliant ball back across to Jota. He picks him out. It's not just a cross, he picks his teammate out. Jota tries to hit it completely, a swing and a miss. He's the quickest to react though, onto the ball, hits it back across Neto. 3-0 Liverpool, game over.
Alex Scott is down hurt for Bournemouth in the play that led up to that goal. Has obviously taken a knock, so he will receive treatment before we get back underway. Glenn, we were talking, weren't we, right at the start of this game about the goal-scoring burden on this front three in the absence of Mo Salah. Still away at the Africa Cup of Nations, down to the likes of Jota, Nunez and Diaz in particular to provide the goals. Jota in particular has done the job today.
Yeah, he has indeed, and I suppose you say what burden, because I think obviously when you do take Mo Salah out, he's a fantastic talent, he's world class, he's carried Liverpool for a long time, but they have got a good squad. They've spent a lot of money on their forward line to try and replace that famous trio. And you know what? They can handle without him, no problem at all. Obviously, when he gets back, it'll be a massive boost, but I don't think there's any problem as far as Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool are concerned.
21st Premier League game of the season, 46 goals already scored. Alex Scott comes hobbling back down the touchline. A couple of the Liverpool youngsters are going to get some action now because the game is as good as won. Jurgen Klopp obviously won't take any Premier League game lightly, but it's a chance to give some of the key men a rest and a chance to give some of the youngsters a bit more first-team football. Curtis Jones has gone down.
I mean, when you talk about that front three and can they handle it without Mo Salah, I mean, you've got to look at the money that Liverpool have shipped out for these players. 85 for Núñez, 55 for Jota, 40 for Gakpo, 50 for Diaz. I mean, they've spent a lot of money to cover Mane and Firmino leaving, and it looks almost like a new Liverpool now that Mo Salah's out on AFCON duty.
Just tell me very quickly, did you get Diogo Jota into the old fantasy team this week? I didn't, because he will be on a whole load of points. 2 goals and an assist. Thank you very much. And not me. I didn't do it.
I never got him in, unfortunately.
No, right, here comes the change, then double change. Note these names. Bobby Clark, 18-year-old midfielder, son of Lee Clark, joined Liverpool back in 2021 from Newcastle. Did make a substitute appearance against Arsenal in the FA Cup third round this season. This only his 4th appearance for the club. And Owen Beck is a Welsh left-back, 21-year-old who joined from Stoke all the way back at the under-13 level. He's made 2 previous substitute appearances for Liverpool against Preston and Leicester in the League Cup a couple of seasons ago. So Premier League action for Owen Beck and Bobby Clark. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 3. Number to dial for 606 tonight, 08085 909 693. Aaron Paul and Chris Sutton taking the calls. And I guess the obvious question for the Liverpool fans, is it going to be your year? Is it going to be another Premier League title under Jurgen Klopp? Going 5 points clear. Manchester City, though, will have a game in hand. Philip Billing is on. Kiefer Moore is also on for Bournemouth.
I enjoyed Jurgen Klopp giving Conor Bradley a huge bear hug as he came off there, saying well done in your Premier League debut, and I'm sure there'll be many, many more appearances in a Liverpool shirt.
83rd minute of the game. Game is gone really from Bournemouth's point of view. Next up for them, Thursday night, commentary on Radio 5 Sports Extra, playing for a place in the 5th round of the FA Cup. Bournemouth at home to Swansea. On Friday night, FA Cup 4th round, we'll have full commentary on 5 Live of Tottenham, Manchester City. Van Dijk there again for Liverpool as the cross comes in from Aarons, and he clears and it goes out for a throw-in to Bournemouth. Aarons holds the ball above his head. Billing comes bouncing towards him, trying to find a little bit of space in between the Liverpool defenders. Aarons doesn't really know what to do and lobs it into play. Brooks tries to lay it off back to Aarons. Ball spins up in the air, volleyed away by Bobby Clark, but the ball had already gone out for a throw into Bournemouth.
And it's probably the first time in the game, at the 84th minute, that there's been a hush in the stadium, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's gone a little bit flat, apart from the Liverpool fans, of course, opposite us, who are really going to enjoy their journey back up north. Throw in Bournemouth, still trying to get something out of this game as Aarons throws. Challenge from Kiefer Moore, gets his body in front of Van Dijk, but last touch was from a Bournemouth player, so that will be a goal kick, and Van Dijk goes as if he's going to take it quickly, but decides not to in the end. So Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 3. Van Dijk's right-footed pass to Alisson. Alisson across to Konate. Billings chasing back. By the way, Dominic Solanke has gone off, one of the players to go off. When Moore came on, Solanke one of those to go off. Jota on the hat-trick, of course, for Liverpool. Chasing as hard as ever down the right. Plays it back to Darwin Núñez. Núñez, defender on his back, couple of shoves. Núñez keeps it, ball wide on the right-hand side, bounces into Alex Scott, and eventually it goes out for a Bournemouth throw in the left-back position. 5 minutes plus added time to be played. 0-0 at half-time, and here we have Liverpool leading by 3-0. They've been absolutely clinical in this second half.
Yeah, they have, and Núñez, I'm just watching down there in the bottom corner, I think he's really matured since he stepped into the Premier League.
Ball from Gakpo might find Jota, just beaten to it by Aarons. Oh, hamstring problem for Max Aarons. Had to work hard to get that ball in front of Jota. Bournemouth have got all sorts of problems with the full-backs at the moment, and that is a real shame for young Max Aarons. Immediately pulled up and sat down.
Amazing. You've never had one of those, have you, Ali?
I've not. I don't move fast enough for one of those, Glenn.
It's a shame to see that. He just knew right away. It wasn't really even in full speed. He was still speeding up, wasn't he, as he just pulled up there. And it's the end to a bad afternoon for Bournemouth.
Real shame for him. So
yeah, I was just saying about Núñez there. I think he's been really roughly treated today. He's been in a physical battle, whether it's on the right with Aarons, whether it's in the middle with Zabarnyi. And he's showed a matureness since he stepped in the Premier League of just keeping his cool, never even looked like he was losing his temper at any point. And I just think he's getting used to it. The best could be yet to come.
Bournemouth have they made all 5 substitutions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have. So
good to know you're organised there, Ali.
Just about. Got there just in time, says the man who forgot his notes today. No, didn't forget his notes, actually. I tell you what I'm worried about, Glenn. You're doing commentary, aren't you, on Tuesday night with Chelsea Middlesbrough for us?
Yeah.
And those notes were also on that notebook, so that needs fixing.
But my partner in crime there's Deno, and he's a proper commentator.
Oh, that's charming, that is. Here's Brooks on the right for Bournemouth. Can he get the cross in? Owen Beck sticks a leg out for Liverpool, and behind it goes for the corner. Put me out of my misery, by the way, on the German club for Kluivert. Not Dortmund, not Bayern.
Oh, you should know, it's the feeder club of Germany.
Leipzig.
Yes.
Leipzig, OK. Good one, enjoyed that.
I did. Oh, yeah, so right, he was righty, wasn't he? That's right.
Yeah, righty. So we've answered all the questions before the end of the game. Corner for Bournemouth will be taken by Tavernier. 2 goals for Diogo Jota, 1 for Darwin Núñez. And Liverpool heading for a 5th win in a row in all competitions. Corner for Tavernier, in it comes. Good delivery. Canate, man mountain, leaps, heads it away. Bobby Clark decides to try and bring it out of his own half. Still going. Being chased by Alex Scott. Scott eventually catches up with him. Bobby Clark goes again, crosses the halfway line. Little step over here, pass infield to Jota. Liverpool fans, warm round of applause for the efforts of 18-year-old Bobby Clark. Here's Canate. Canate forward to McAllister. So in terms of next Premier League action for Liverpool, Chelsea at home at the end of the month, Wednesday the 31st of January. I've got a feeling that is a 5 Live commentary on that Wednesday night, and then Arsenal away. So there's a couple of big games in terms of the title race for Liverpool. Leading 3-0 here against Bournemouth. Gomez, pass down the right-hand side. Núñez spins and goes chasing. Kelly controls it. Plays back to Neto. Bournemouth now down to 10 men, 9 outfield players, having made the 5 substitutions. And Max Aarons slowly making his way back round the pitch towards us. I mean, this won't, apart from obviously the loss of Aarons, won't damage Bournemouth unduly today, will it, Glenn? They've come up against, they've been in good form, Bournemouth. They've come up against a very good team today.
No, even though they've been beaten today, I still feel as though they've played reasonably well. I think they've showed signs of getting up and asking questions of Liverpool. Just, I suppose, wrong decisions in key moments. But I think all positive down here at the Vitality. I think they're having a fantastic season. Unfortunately, Liverpool just a little bit stronger, a little bit hungrier, a little bit more clinical this afternoon.
Absolutely. Tavernier waits to take the throw right in front of Jurgen Klopp. We're into the 90th minute of the game. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 3. An 11th win for Liverpool this will be in 14 Premier League games against Bournemouth. Gakpo outside of his right foot. Liverpool have lost it. Christie plays it in for Brooks. Chance for Brooks. Dinks it past Alisson, but dinks it wide. So Bournemouth may not even get a goal this afternoon. Tried to be a little bit clever with the finish as Alisson came racing towards him. Was cute with it. Got the chip on it, but screwed it wide.
Yeah, I think he thought that Alisson was going to go to ground, but the big Brazilian stood his ground. He should have wrapped it with his left foot. Back across the goal, curled it in that far corner. Wrong decision, but I do feel Bournemouth deserve a goal in this game.
Yeah. Throw in Bournemouth. Added time. We're going to find out from Graham Scott very shortly how much there's going to be. Jurgen Klopp wants to know first. Graham Scott slightly distracted here. Oh, 8 minutes of added time.
Wow.
So Aaron Paul and Chris Sutton are going to have to wait. Lines are open.
All of a sudden, that chance there.
Yes.
David Brooks, if that goes in, then it's a grandstand finish.
That's a really good point. 08085 909 693 is the number to dial. Andoni Iraola, the Bournemouth boss, unhappy about something now, so he's in heated conversation with Graham Scott. Free kick, Tavernier takes, headed away from the edge of the box. Christie plays it out to the left again. Tavernier's cross comes in, Van Dijk climbs high, heads it away, and it actually hits David Brooks and goes behind for a goal kick to Liverpool.
I seen Van Dijk there shouting towards the referee, arms in the air. 8 minutes. I don't think he can quite believe it, can he?
No. Iraola still chatting to Graham Scott. I noticed actually again doing the research for this game, so he's just 41 years old. He was born in June 1982, 22nd of June 1982. 3 days before, Spain lost famously 1-0 to Northern Ireland in the World Cup in 1982 in Valencia, the Jerry Armstrong goal. I'm sure lots of our listeners will remember that. Liverpool player down is McAllister, was caught by Christie. Christie's been impressive, I think, for Bournemouth this afternoon, Glenn. I think Steve Clarke in particular will enjoy how well he is playing this season as a Scottish international.
Yeah, even though Bournemouth have been beaten 3-0 here this afternoon, I mean, at the minute there could be goals left, but they have played quite well. It sounds crazy to say, but they've just come up against a Liverpool team that seems to have something in particular in their sights.
Yeah, absolutely. Van Dijk plays down the left-hand touchline. Liverpool come looking for a fourth now. Beck moving forward at speed here for Liverpool, the young left-back off the bench and into the game. Plays back to Gravenberg. Gravenberg keeps it wide. It goes to Gakpo on the left in his bright pink boots. McAllister with the gloves on this afternoon. Rain has stopped. Gomez is here. Cross comes in. What a ball that is! Darwin Núñez, what a finish! What a wonderful goal scored by Liverpool. The cross was put into an area which just said to Darwin Núñez, get on the end of that. Another instinctive finish, and he just puts a foot on it, strokes it past Neto. It's a resounding win for Liverpool. It's Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 4.
The second of two wonderful finishes from Darwin Núñez. Like you say, the ball was felt in by Joe Gomez, just into an area, and he was lurking at the back post, and there was quite a bit of physical contact from Zabanyi hanging on his shoulder, and he just catches it with the outside of his right foot, back across, kisses the post and into the back of the net. Wonderful, wonderful finish this from Núñez, and he'll be certainly growing in confidence after this performance.
Yeah, that will do him the world of good. Just stretches out a right leg, puts the outside of his right boot on the ball, sends it back the other way, and immediately goes over to Joe Gomez and says thank you very much. That was a fabulous cross, wasn't
it? Some big FPL points out there today, Ali.
No,
Are you
not
on
for
them?
me. Not for me, unfortunately. Fantasy 606 podcast, another one available via the BBC Sounds app with me, Chris Sutton, and Statman Dave.
You're all right plugging your own podcast,
yeah? Well, I might as well. No one else is going to, Glenn. So I might as well. Free kick, won by Liverpool. Goodness me, they've been good today. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 4. All 4 goals scored in the second half. Jota with 2 and Darwin Núñez with 2. Mo Salah yet to return to this Liverpool team. They'll be slightly concerned as well about the Mo Salah injury, missing the next couple of games for Egypt at the Africa Cup of Nations. Who's that down for Liverpool? Is it Konate is down, slowly getting himself to his feet. Go on, Glenn. Kiefer Moore with the challenge.
I think Kiefer Moore just lands on his I think he just rolls his ankle in a little bit, and a big Liverpool defender's back up on his feet. He's walking very gingerly.
So free kick Liverpool. This Vitality Stadium is emptying fast. We've still got 3.5 minutes added time to be played. Sheffield United 2, West Ham 2 earlier on in the Premier League today. The Premier League game tomorrow night is Brighton against Wolves. There'll be updates of that, as there will of Leicester against Ipswich, big game in the Championship tomorrow night, and they will come during the Monday night. Club offside flag goes up against Núñez as Bobby Clark was caught in the penalty area. Referee's going to continue to play advantage here. I think he's seen the flag, and now it's played forward to Kiefer Moore. Kiefer Moore beats Alisson, and he also shoots wide. So Brooks has had the chance to score, so has Kiefer Moore, and neither of them have been able to find the net, and that was a pretty unconvincing finish.
Yeah, it was slightly, wasn't it? He goes to it first time, try and curl it round the on-rushing Liverpool goalkeeper. Can't help but feel that he could have took a touch, went round him and then played it in. It would have been a long way out. It would have been a much easier finish than he tried to take on, though.
Yeah. So deep in added time at the Vitality Stadium, Cade Gordon Another one of the youngsters is on for Liverpool, 19-year-old who joined the club from Derby back in 2021. Second appearance for him this season, and here he is wide on the right-hand side, wearing the number 49. Wants to get involved in the game. Joe Gomez has certainly shown everyone how to cross a ball from the right for Liverpool, over in that right-back position now, because Owen Beck has come on the left-hand side. Van Dijk looking to use Beck's pace down the left. Beck gets there ahead of Brooks. That's Welshman against Welshman there. Here's Gakpo. Gakpo lays it off to Beck, tries to find Gakpo again. Gakpo gets it, edge of the penalty area. Gomez moving into position. Sliding challenge from Zabarnyi. Christie dinks the ball forward, flicks it to Kiefer Moore. Kiefer Moore, runner on the outside. Challenge comes in from Darwin Nunez, knocks Kiefer Moore over. Free kick for Bournemouth. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 4.
Liverpool fans love that. Darwin Nunez flooding back to help his defenders. And somehow he's picked up a yellow card for that.
Yeah, but as you say, the Liverpool fans really appreciate the effort, and Jurgen Klopp has a sarcastic grin on his face. He is going to be absolutely delighted with the way his team have dealt with this challenge this afternoon. Liverpool back on 5 Live, full commentary Wednesday night, taking a 2-1 lead away to Fulham. Second leg of the League Cup semi-finals, and Glenn, alongside the excellent Ian Dennis, proper commentator. I've taken that badly, haven't I? Haven't risen to that at all. On Tuesday night, that'll be on 5 Live and BBC Sounds as well. Here's Brooks. Brooks crossing from the right. Could be a late chance for Bournemouth here. Moore trying to win it. Plays it back. Alex Scott underneath the shot and sends it sailing over the bar and into the Bournemouth fans, and that'll be a goal kick to Liverpool with a minute to play.
That's tickled me, Ali, that.
I've had a nibble. Let's hope Chris hasn't heard that.
Oh, he definitely has.
Chris is on the way with Aaron Paul. Lines are open, 08085 909 693 to have your say on 606 tonight. West Ham against Tottenham in the WSL. Is that already underway? What's the time now? Completely lost track of time. Gets underway in 20 minutes. So that's full commentary over on Radio 5 Sports Extra. And it's followed by the NFL coverage, our excellent NFL coverage on Sports Extra. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Detroit Lions, playing for a place in the championship game tonight.
Who's going to win that, Ali?
Oh, blimey. Well, the Lions had a very good win against the Rams in their last game, which is a big win for Jared Goff, who was a former Ram, who now plays for the Lions. I've no idea.
I just asked who's going to win, Ali, that's all.
I've no idea. Can Liverpool get themselves a 5th goal? Darwin Nunez is interested. Kay Gordon's in there in the 6-yard box. So many bodies around there. Billings back there, clears the ball away. What a win for Liverpool. They've thumped Bournemouth, who've been in really good form in the Premier League this season. They've stuck 4 past them in the second half, and in the absence of Mo Salah, Darwin Nunez has helped himself to 2, and Diogo Jota has also scored 2 goals. Too good for Bournemouth. They've gone 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League. They were excellent, weren't they, Glenn, Liverpool?
Yeah, they were. After they just got over a little flurry from Bournemouth early on in the game, they were absolutely superb throughout. They dominated possession. They were the ones that looked like they were going to break the deadlock. And as soon as they did, there was no stopping them. Darwin Nunez with a couple of brilliant finishes. Diogo Jota with a couple of very clever finishes as well. Liverpool very good for this 4-0 victory. And I'm sure Manchester City will be thinking, we've got a fight in our hands.
Absolutely right. Arsenal got their big win yesterday. Manchester City have played 1 game fewer than Liverpool, but Liverpool with a 5-point lead, ahead of City, ahead of Arsenal, and ahead of Aston Villa, and they look so good going forward.
How
many
points was it, Ali?
5-point lead.
5-point lead.
Yeah, that's right. Why are you questioning my maths right at the end of the game? You had me panicked there. Right, I'm giving up this commentary like. It's all over at Bournemouth. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 4. Steve.
Glenn, that's so impressive, isn't it, from Liverpool? So impressive. I mean, we can just stop all the talk about, what's going to happen without Trent, what they're going to do without Mo Salah. Bournemouth are a good team, and they're especially a good team at home, and in the end, Liverpool have swatted them aside.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people will look at this result and think, 4-0 Liverpool or little old Bournemouth. But Bournemouth, like we say, were the informed team going into it in the whole of the league. So it just shows how good of a victory this was. And listen, Mo Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold, that's not downplaying how good and how important and imperative they are to this Liverpool team. But they are building a squad now, for me, Liverpool, that are title contenders, that have much more depth, and that look like the transition that Jurgen Klopp's been trying to go through over the last 18 months finally looks like it's starting to get there, and I can only see them getting better and better from this point on.
Jurgen Klopp's just been over to the Liverpool fans and given his 3 punches of the air, which he tends to do only for the wins that he thinks are particularly big, and you can see why he might do. I mean, sometimes, Glenn, a title challenge can just be knocked off kilter a little bit if you get the odd key injury. You could argue it happened to Arsenal last season. It's not happening to Liverpool.
No, it's not, and I think that is a little bit of respect just to show, even though it's a small stadium, this was a big victory for Liverpool, especially with Manchester City not playing. It puts them 5 points in front. It's just that psychological factor of being top of the league, and they're the ones being chased.
It's not a big defeat for Bournemouth, though, is it? Presumably.
Well, it is on paper,
yes.
But it honestly didn't feel that way in the stadium. I thought the end result was really harsh on Bournemouth because at times in the game they played really well. I think a lot of their players played well as well, but Liverpool were just clinical, they were hungry, they just looked like they had business to deal with.
Glenn, am I right in saying you're doing the League Cup semi on Tuesday?
Yeah, I am. Why?
Yeah, no, I'm just checking because I'm doing it on Wednesday, Ali, with Chris Sutton, which is great because he's a proper pundit.
Thanks, Steve. At least someone sticks up for me.
I'm always here for
Steve,
you.
Are you all right getting off that fence, Steve?
Thank you very much, chaps. Speak to you both soon.
Cheers, Steve.
Thank you.
Great stuff. Wow, very impressive. Liverpool. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 4. Earlier, Sheffield United 2, West Ham 2. Loads to get into then on 606 08085 909 693. Aaron Paul and Chris Sutton with you after the news on 5 Live with Carl.